Winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my Double R prop bet specials. I pick 'em, you win 'em.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Hey, Ty Richardson for JamMart. JamMart is always trying to save you money, and that's why they partner with Valero. Hook up your checking account to the Valero Pay Plus app, and you'll get 10 cents off a gallon, plus other special deals on holidays and more. JamMart and Valero, passing on the savings to you. Now available at the 3 Fort Smith Valero JamMart locations. And stop by any of the 6 JamMart locations in the area. JamMart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the region.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett at River Valley Smile Center. You may know me as your local dentist, but I'm a giant Hogs, Dolphins, and college baseball fan as well. Listen to me, Phil, and Matt talk about our 3 ups and downs for the weekend every Monday on halftime at 12:15. At River Valley Smile Center, we're a comprehensive dental facility that offers children's dentistry, dental implants, sedation, whitening, and much, much more. Dr. Cole Johnson, Dr. Hannah Cabe, and myself are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
Hey, Ty Richardson, we're at Wheeler Power Sports in downtown Fort Smith. Ethan, you guys have a massive event coming up May 2nd and May the 3rd.
We will have the Kawasaki Good Times demo truck here for Kawasaki demo rides, games, and prizes. Rollin' Smoke Barbecue food truck will also be here, and on that Friday, Ruskin and Zach will report live from the event. That is the Steel Horse Rally weekend. See our Facebook page for all the details and updates.
That's Wheeler Power Sports, 901 North 11th Street in downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
There's stuff going on right now. Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
People were asking me in San Francisco, does Chuck ever leave his room only to get food? And then when he goes back to his room, he realizes why he never left, because he forgot what floor he was on. Had the wrong room key. Left his food outside what he thought was his door. Came back with the room key to his actual room and thought somebody had stolen his food. It was a floor above.
That happened. That's the short version.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Hey, I know as we begin the show today that we've got people listening on the app in parts of Arkansas or watching on social media in parts of Arkansas who are just waiting on the sun to come up so they can assess all the damage from the storms last night. It was a bad, rough night, particularly in the northeast part of the state. I got a lot of friends and family over there, and I was hearing from them and texting back and forth and looking at the videos, and there's some spots over there that really got hit hard last night.
Man, it's tough to watch.
I mean,
there's
really
a lot of video that is on social media now. In today's world, we're all fascinated by what a tornado looks like, what wind looks like. We've had a lot of high winds here. The amount of videos on social media of tornadoes, I'm like, first of all, I have no experience with storm chasing, and I'm not sure I want to. But the people that are I'm like, where are they? Where is the tornado? And I've seen like Twister, and I've watched the documentary on the Joplin tornado that many of us went to, help out in the aftermath. It was so brutal. I mean, the level to city like Joplin was crazy. And you've seen these movies, these documentaries. I mean, these videos that just pop up on social media. I'm like, dang. That is crazy.
Well, the one I saw last night, I guess it was around Lake City. It was a massive tornado. Now, I will say, if you're a storm chaser, I can't imagine anything being any better than eastern and northeastern Arkansas. I mean, it's flat. You can see them coming 10 miles away. And that's, some of the pictures, obviously, were, of storms that were coming. But they were, when you've got a tornado on the ground, as was the case last night over there. Some of the things you see on social media just kind of blow your mind. And it's amazing, again, how 20 miles from one instance there can be nothing, and then, at a certain spot there's just destruction. So, and look, here's the thing. We got a lot more rain coming over the next couple of 3 days, depending on where you are in Arkansas. So, but just a rough night. We're thinking about those people this morning.
Yeah, and again, it's easy to be in your own bubble. When we were watching some of it on the stream here. If you're watching the show via the Chuck and Bo stream on YouTube or Twitter, we sometimes show things we're talking about. We were just showing it now. And the Situation Room is going to be, Bart, the Chevy
It's fired
Fayetteville
up.
Situation Room is going to be weather for the
full service.
I left my house today and I went outside and I thought, I'm fortunate that I'm not getting pounded by a monsoon, because Chuck said yesterday, but in yesterday's show, is a distant, I don't even know what happened yesterday. If you missed yesterday's show, I would encourage you to go back and listen to the podcast, but also be in a safe place, because it's all over the place.
It was that kind of day.
It's an instant classic. I don't know if the show was any good, but it was an instant classic. You're just not.
I sure enjoyed it.
I had a great time. I mean, I went to McDonald's, I went to a hardware store, and I was in the middle of College Avenue talking to a guy running a jackhammer. Those things all happened.
What a time to be alive.
I do remember that. But I walked out, and it's not raining, and I'm like, Chuck swore it was going to be raining, and I was like, you can't trust that guy. He's just like the weather guys. They don't always get it right. They try, they forecast, they predict. They're doing the best they can. And I know Chuck secretly dreams of two things: being a weatherman and rolling his sleeves up on television, and being Walter Cronkite.
There's some truth to that.
If you could give Chuck any job,
I'd do it for free.
Put me on the news.
I'd do it for free.
And let me talk about it.
I'd do the weather for free.
I'll do it all. I'll do the weather, the news, and the sports, all of it.
Craig O'Neill used to do that in Little Rock.
I'll just sit right here at the anchor desk. Bring me the papers. I don't even want to read a teleprompter. Just bring it in here. Hand me that. Now, show me the video. Look at this. It's crazy. This is what happens when you have fields and you don't have hills and you get the warm weather. But what is that? What is that when it's really it should be a cooler temperature, right? It should be a cooler temperature. It's really dark and ominous, and it's eerily warm.
Yeah,
and you're
that's
ooh,
usually a bad sign.
And there's a green tint to the air. Yeah. And hey, I've been through one. And those who have will never forget. And that's why when it happens, you realize that, there are certain things, certain natural disasters, like a hurricane, for example. You got a warning. Even the wildfires, as tragic as they are, they're coming. You've been warned. You've got time to leave. With a tornado, I mean, it's just there. I mean, that your conditions are ripe, but it's just there. And you've got an instant to react. And, hey, I know Northeast Arkansas is littered with storm basements and shelters and things like that, and I know they were all full last night.
Man, scary. Well, what's coming? What do we have the rest of the week?
Yeah,
it's Thursday. I can't even believe it's Thursday.
We got a big baseball series coming up beyond all the implications from weather. There's a baseball series too.
Yeah, Missouri coming to town.
Unfortunately, there's going to be more severe weather today in our state, especially in the south and east portions of the state are likely to see the most severe weather. Here in northwest Arkansas, we're going to get some rain. You might hear some cracks of thunder, see some lightning, but nothing too severe here. There will be a chance for more severe weather in northwest Arkansas tomorrow. But yeah,
do you have any good news?
Unfortunately, it's
do you have
just
any good
another
news?
part of Weather Aware Day.
Bart, I think you should wear a button-down shirt tomorrow so you can roll your sleeves up for our audience on YouTube.
He's got a sweatshirt.
I understand.
Pushed up right now.
What I'm saying is, though, and you've got the beard going. I was going to say don't shave, but you've already got the beard going.
How do we feel about this weather music? We need to maybe just sample some weather. I don't know about this. This feels like vacation weather music.
Yeah.
We already went through all the samples 2 weeks ago.
I know.
This was the one we chose.
This is the Miami vacation.
You'll learn this
music.
about me. I changed my mind. This sounds like I'm on hold at a resort in Cancun.
Yeah.
It's like,
can we get an example?
Check out the cocktail bar from 4 to 7. Dinner from 5 to 9.
That doesn't say severe weather.
In the lobby.
That music doesn't say.
It says what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, it
Check
doesn't
out the
say
fitness
you should
spa
be
where you
concerned.
can get a new face. You can take
It's
the
a little
water
too upbeat,
treatment.
maybe.
Yeah.
Ask our concierge about breakfast with Chuck.
Full service. Big buffet.
It's like Hilton Hotel. Hello.
Now we need better severe weather music.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not ominous.
Yeah,
Let me
no.
try to find
That's
it.
ominous.
Let me try
That's
to
the
find
word I
some.
was looking for.
That's perky.
Yeah, that's right.
Whoa.
That's like, let's get them exercise.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, let's have a day. I mean, you can't say, like, there's doom in the forecast with that music bed.
No, you're
Doesn't
right.
work.
No, that's exactly right.
Take cover.
It's got to be something
careful.
that says this
Like,
is serious business.
Right, right.
This is
Exactly.
serious business.
Exactly. So that's the update. Going to be bad.
yeah.
And so you're
More
essentially,
coming.
essentially, you're saying what Chuck did yesterday. It's going to be bad the rest of the week.
Yeah, well, the information, the target area, so to speak, continues to get
That's
refined.
what fluctuates. Yes.
It continues to get refined.
Have we had more wind this year
It's
than
been windy.
previous
It's been
years?
really It's been windy.
Really windy, yeah.
It's time to bring back those windsuits.
That was great.
Yeah, you're right, Bo. It's been really windy.
It sure has. It sure has,
We're
dude.
sitting on the front porch with a cup of coffee. Hey, how are you doing?
Hey, man, it's
Oh,
windy.
Good, boy. It's been windy, had it? Yeah, sure has. It's been really windy.
Well,
Talking about the weather.
Well,
guys,
there's going to be some more wind coming.
That's what men do. We default to weather and sports when there's nothing else to talk
Well,
about.
and
by
we're
the
in
way,
a drought.
I'm like having live sports withdrawals. I watch the Cardinals play. I mean, and it's April, so I don't always do that. But there's just nothing out there.
It's so weird when you look at a Major League Baseball game or standings, and it's like they're 5-0, 3-2 on the year. There's like 162 games.
Cardinals are 4-2. They got 156 left.
They're 3 games back, but they're only 5 games into the season.
And when we get to the fall, which seems like forever away, then we'll finally get to the end
How are
of the
the
season.
Cardinals this year?
Well,
For
they're
somebody
going to be
who's not paying attention.
fair, just kind of
Who's,
okay.
who's good? The Dodgers?
Dodgers are 8-0. I mean, it is truly the best team money can buy in any sport.
They're loaded.
Literally.
There is no professional sports team that
It's
has the
ridiculous.
roster they have in their sport.
And the Braves went out and got a major acquisition
I
in the
think
offseason.
they're over. Braves are
the
over.
Braves have not won a game.
And
Yeah,
he
they're
got
over.
suspended for PEDs. What's his
Yeah.
name?
Jurickson Profar.
Yeah. Who?
Jurickson Profar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got him from the Padres.
Profar's out
Yeah.
for 80 games.
They haven't won yet. What are they?
Imagine.
0-7,
They're-
0-8.
The Braves are 0-7. The Dodgers are 8-0. The Padres are 7-0.
Yeah.
And this has been your Major League
Yeah,
Baseball.
there you go.
Anybody else?
That's really
Anybody
all
else?
you need to know.
That's all in the same league, right?
It's harder to watch the Cardinals. If you're a Cardinals fan, and I know we got a lot of them in Arkansas, it's harder to watch. You got to subscribe to FanDuel Sports Network. I mean, you do. It's like $20 a month.
Major League Baseball is a mess right now.
Oh, here we
for a
go.
variety
Talk
of
to us,
reasons.
Bart. Talk to us.
Well, I mean,
here we go.
The TV rights have been a mess and a disaster, and it's getting more and more difficult to watch your favorite teams play on a regular basis, especially if you're in that market, in that region, because of some of what's happened with the Diamond Sports Group. And
Well, let me explain that, because I've had to delve into it, because I wanted to watch the Cardinals. If you subscribe to MLB TV, which I have for years, you're not going to be able to watch the Cardinals. It's blacked out.
What?
It's blacked out. Now, you can subscribe to the FanDuel Sports Network. I did it through Paramount Plus. You can. It's $19.99 a month. And
Do you have to gamble while you're on there?
No,
It's
no,
just called that.
It's separate.
Okay.
There's a
It's like sponsored.
FanDuel channel that shows horse racing all day. It's not that channel, although that's a fine channel.
I've watched that channel a time or two.
But this is separate from that. So if you subscribe to the horse racing channel and the baseball channel, it's going to run you about $30 a month.
Wow.
So,
but the Cardinals are blacked out. No, they're on there.
But on the FanDuel, you're fine.
Okay.
You can watch them. The Royals are on there. The St. Louis Blues are on there. It's like it's like the old Bally's Midwest or Fox Sports Midwest. But it's $20 a month. And so I've also noticed, and I don't know
And
if
it's
there's
on
a
your
correlation.
TV?
Yeah. I mean, you can watch
get it on, like YouTube TV.
I
you
can watch it on
subscribe
all
to it.
your devices. You can watch. No, you like in
It's-
my case, you go to the Paramount Plus app.
Okay, all right.
You can go to the FanDuel Sports Network app if you want to. For me, I just did it this way. You can do it either way. But it's like the Cardinals, they had like 20,000 people there for a game the other night. And I know that's, it's a lot of people, but it's like a record low in that ballpark. And I think the fact that they're harder to watch every day, you don't want to go because it's out of sight, out of mind.
Well, I think there's something else at play too, Chuck, and you mentioned it earlier, the Dodgers being the best team money can buy. Baseball's got a real problem right now when it comes to just teams spending a whole lot of money to assemble the best, because there's no cap, there's no stopping them from doing that. And so teams, you basically have the same teams that are good every single year because they're the ones who are spending the most money. Does it sound familiar? Sounds a little bit like college football.
Wow, yeah. Oh, is that a
there
prediction?
We go. Bring it home.
Bring
it home, Bart. Tie it up.
Yeah, we got that. We got Kirby Smart concerned.
Yeah, well, look, I think that's what Major League Baseball's heading toward. If they don't change the way they run their organization.
Well, here's the big difference, though. Everybody loves college football.
Right.
Major League Baseball is like a niche of a niche.
And if it's just one or two teams dominating every year because they're spending more money than everybody else, Major League Baseball is going to die on the vine.
Wow. Well,
on the vine.
On the vine. Not just die. Die on the vine.
Wow. The Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room is ominous all the way around.
We don't even need any music for that.
I mean, I'm going to need a cup of coffee. Another cup of coffee after that. And let me just remind you while we're at it, the tax season is here, and it's coming on April 15th.
I'll be jollier than
it's
next
just staring me right in the face. Oh.
Closer.
We're getting closer.
I can't find
that's actually hotel lobby music.
That's got a 90s Dallas club feel to it.
Yeah,
it's surprisingly hard to find like an ominous weather music.
Apparently, maybe start with the Weather Channel, see what they use.
No, that's like jazz and easy listening.
They've only been doing it 40 years.
I'm telling you, like everything you play makes me feel like I'm at a resort, one way or another. That one's in Thailand. That one right there is in Thailand. It's right off the White Lotus.
Oh,
wow. It's just like weird stuff happening outside. Taxes are hard. Filing with H&R Block is easy. Just walk in or make an appointment, and you can file with 100% accuracy guaranteed and a max refund guaranteed for you. They're going to do the best you can. The best you can be done. And that's what you want, somebody with expertise like H&R Block to get it done for you. H&R Block, still not too late to file your taxes. In fact, you better get it done. 6:18, the Chuck and Bo Show. It's Thursday, and good morning.
When you went into the Hall of Fame, I think it was at a Western Sizzler.
I think it was. It was at a motel. It wasn't a hotel. It was a motel.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
If you suffer from sleep apnea, but you can't stand wearing your CPAP machine, I've got good news. And you need it because not wearing your CPAP can lead to severe health problems.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you don't have good sleep, you're not only affecting your body, it can affect your heart, it can affect your lungs, it can increase weight gain. If you don't get good sleep, you also are not filtering your brain well. So sleep's very, very important.
Dr. Scotty Boulding, who's an Arkansas native and world-renowned surgeon, has proven surgical alternatives that can improve your airway and help you breathe better.
If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Call Dr. Boulding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell them you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
You want to talk about washed? You're being brainwashed by idiots. You're following idiots.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics, now 17 years in the industry.
How do people see what you've made over the years, Cecil?
Google, Yahoo it, or Bing it. Jazzco Graphics Design, JAAZCO, Monday through Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And sometimes I'm here after. So if that open sign is on, I'm here. Y'all come on in. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Picture it. It's a day like any other. You're stuck in traffic on Rogers Avenue during rush hour. You're just ready to get home and relax with your family. And then, just like that, your life can change in an instant. And you're going to need a lawyer to make it right. I'm Phil Votaw with Phil Votaw & Associates. If this happens to you, call me, 479-434-6200, or online at votawlaw.com. I'm Phil Votaw, and you've never met a lawyer like me.
Hey, Ty Richardson here at First Financial Mortgage. My mortgage lender, Ethan Adamson. Ethan, congratulations, over 300 5-star reviews.
Yeah, Ty, we pride ourselves on delivering a 5-star service during the entire mortgage process.
What sets you apart from everyone else?
I think communication, how quickly we work, we get you closed on time or early. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5, ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
It's not just the flavors that keep you coming back to the House of Webster. It's a tradition. For over 90 years, our family-owned company has been making jams, jellies, salsas, barbecue sauce, and many more treats that make your meals come to life. From the first jar to the last spoonful, you'll taste the quality in every bite. Please visit our gift shop located at 1013 North 2nd Street, downtown Rogers. We want you to sample the great taste of life. Visit us at houseofwebster.com. House of Webster. See you soon.
Delicious jams and jellies.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I am not a planner, and that's the problem.
How does that, this may be a little personal, sorry. How does that work in married life if you're not a planner?
Well, evidently not well.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You know, we got into this as we were leaving the air yesterday. I didn't really have time to dig in on it. And then Bart kind of alluded to it a minute ago with college football, you know, maybe headed to a spot that's not great. The NIL world is something we've talked about quite a bit. We've got rev share coming, Monday? And teams are getting ahead of it in college football, front-loading payments to players and all this. And the idea of rev shares to kind of create more of a competitive balance. Like, so how do you pay players? Because it's straight up pay for play. And that's what NIL turned into. Not, hey, you, an Olympic swimmer who went and made a name for himself in the Olympics and you're 19 years old and you're still in college, you couldn't, like, have your own YouTube channel and get paid. You couldn't be a guy that went down to the local car dealership and did a commercial on TV and got paid. And it was like, that's not fair. And everyone's like, right, it's not. Well, as soon as we made it legal, then it became, here's $400,000 to smile at a local bakery. And, you know, people just started raising money and paying players. So they're trying to regulate it. But it's very difficult to do because they started without regulation, and now they can't catch up with it. But the rev share part of this is meant to have a salary cap. Schools all have the same money. How they distribute it is up to them. But that's kind of like salary cap in pro sports. And so you're trying to have competitive balance. And Kirby Smart was just talking about all the things that are happening with this yesterday. Let's listen to a little bit of what he had to say.
How people are going to try to manipulate a cap when all we're trying to do is make for competitive balance. And it's really unfortunate that I don't know if competitive balance is going to come out of it, you know? Like, I don't know if the kids win in this model that we currently have, if they win long term. Like, long term, when we have to cut sports and cut other things, are the kids going to be the winners of this? I don't know. College sports been around a long time and given many an opportunity. And by all means, I want these kids to make money. But what's going on right now is not good for anybody.
He also went on to talk about how it's harder than ever to find a player with fire and passion and commitment because they've already arrived. They've already made it. And how do you go get, like, Nick Saban got ahead of this and left. Nick Saban built his program on come to Alabama, play football here, learn how to be a pro, and go make your money and have life-changing generational wealth. But by the way, also have a legendary football career. That is becoming harder to find than anything.
Do you like want to be great? Do you have fire, passion, and energy? I'll pay for that. I'll pay a premium for fire, passion, and energy because in the market we're in, there's a lack of that.
So now you're getting what the NFL's tried to figure out for years, which is how do you get a quality person, Chuck? How do you get someone with high character? And it becomes harder to evaluate that when somebody has a lot of money in their pocket. So you go from not having a lot of money, we're going to take you on our NFL team, we're going to give you a lot of money. How does it change you as a person? Now imagine being a high schooler in that same scenario where a college is taking a team, giving this person a lot of money. How does it change you? Because money changes all of us. A lack of it changes us. And when we get a lot of it, it can change us. And now college coaches they can go get really talented players, but what kind of player are they getting?
Well, you've got to, in your mind, have an idea about whether or not a lot of money is going to ruin someone, because there are times when that certainly happens. Who do they have around them? What's the family unit like? And family can mean immediate family, and it can mean people that have become your extended family over the course of your life. I mean, family can mean a lot of things, but who do you have around you? You know, what's your core group? I can tell you that there are, and I'll just use the basketball team as an example this year, and there are other sports, and I'm not singling them out. But, you know, the guys that are really good, I mean, the really good ones, the real 5 stars, the guys that are going pro, most of those guys have their act together. You know, that's one thing that I have noticed this year is that, and we wondered, you know, how it might change the thought process, you know, having an individual brand, which is what is, you know, those are one of the buzz terms now is you got to develop your own brand. And they are a lot more aware of that. And they do think about that. And I've noticed that a good bit. But I suspect it's a lot harder. But now look, you know, there's a part of me as we move through this that I don't really know how I feel about a lot of this now. I agree with everything, you know, that Kirby Smart's saying. But I've seen money change coaches too.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen it happen here,
Oh, yeah.
and so have you.
Yeah.
And the idea that this is exclusive to players is you know, maybe stretching it a little bit.
No, it's not. But I mean, it's when you're
But it
evaluating
is harder.
talent.
You're right.
I look
mean,
from a
it's
football
hard to do.
perspective. I just wonder how it's going to change what would be traditional powers, because traditional powers got the best players. The best players win. Okay. Now though, you might get best players, but what kind of character, what kind of people are you getting? It's tougher to evaluate. And the teams that end up with the right kind of players, high character, you know, good families, good people around them. And it's more difficult in football because of the numbers.
Sure.
In basketball, when a player's identified as a really good brand, like as a junior high kid, and he's probably going to play at a really high level, there are more people in the basketball world now that are good people trying to help these guys than there are maybe the hangers-on of the past that weren't good for some of these guys. I see more and more college/future pro players that seem to have a really good core of people around them. And I think we saw that with this year's basketball team, having spent, like those, for the most part, if not all the way through, really good guys from really good families that have good people around them.
Well, my experience, just from the outside looking in, and I'm not saying this is necessarily right, 5-star kids generally have 5-star people around them. 3-star kids generally have 3-star people around them. Not that they're bad people. They're just not at that level.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's always the case, but I think a lot of the time that it is. Hey, I do know this. You want to talk about 5-star, Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. Whatever side of the table you're on, whether you're the buyer or the seller, you're going to get top shelf representation each and every time. If you're a first-time home buyer, you're going to be amazed at how they guide you through the process. If you've been through this a time or two, maybe you've dealt with other people. When you partner with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, you're going to notice the difference right away. When it is time to sell, you're going to get the price you want for your home. And when you buy, they are very aware that it's the most money that you're ever going to spend. So they will keep that in mind, and they will guide you through the process every step of the way. That was my experience. It's been Bo's experience. Everyone that's dealt with them walks away saying the same thing. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can log on to WeicherGriffin.com.
Doesn't matter whether you're a 2-star, a 3-star, or a 5-star.
They turn you into it. They coach you up to a 5-star.
They treat you like
you'll be a 5-star by the time it's done.
6:31. That was a good. Send that segment to like First Take. That was good on NIL. I mean, that was real hard hitting sports commentary.
Journalism. Sports journalism.
I don't know if we'll be local much longer, Chuck, after that. Oh, God dang. 6:31. Kidding. Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
I mean, I don't know if it's old or just like, well, the world's changing. It's like Bart said a little bit ago. When he summed it up with 2 words. I mean, things change.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
You know the sound, you know the place, and you know the time of year that means live racing at Oaklawn is coming. If your Oaklawn is playing favorites, letting it ride on long shots, or just soaking up the vibes of race day, it's time to make your plans and discover your Oaklawn. Live racing starts Friday, December 6th. Reserve seats, rooms in our hotel, or a spot in your favorite Oaklawn restaurant at oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Bo, when your show went off a few years ago, it was like I've been lost ever since then. And I just really appreciate your show.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Basketballs bounce, cheerleaders cheer, and fans are flocking to the Paint Store in Van Buren. The Paint Store in Van Buren is known for their color matching. The Paint Store in Van Buren is known for their help with color selection. The Paint Store in Van Buren shares their expert advice from 35 years of experience. If you haven't been to the Paint Store in Van Buren, you are missing out. How about you give them a shout next time you need some real-life help you can't get on YouTube?
It's a tough time, injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Since 1992, the Inn at the Mill has welcomed guests to experience the most unique place to stay when visiting Northwest Arkansas. Centrally located at the Johnson exit off I-49, the Inn at the Mill has established a rich tradition of comfort, convenience, and value. Whether it's the big game, business travel, a trip to Crystal Bridges, or a weekend getaway that brings you to Northwest Arkansas, the Inn at the Mill has a spacious room with ample space to spread out. And when I'm there on business, I appreciate the fast, free internet to keep me connected to work and the laid-back European-style breakfast to start the day. Experience unique and different at the Inn at the Mill. just off I-49 at the Johnson exit. Call 479-443-1800 to make your reservation. That's 479-443-1800 or visit inatthemill.com. The Inn at the Mill, where the past meets the present.
Spring has arrived, bringing warmer days, road trips, and unpredictable spring showers. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we'll make sure your vehicle is ready for all your spring adventures. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your ride for whatever the season brings. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. Southern Tire Mart, we keep America rolling.
Hey, Ty Richardson at my favorite place, Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, 508 Garrison Avenue. And Cricket, we always talk about specials.
We do have awesome lunch specials Monday through Friday. We've got any small pizza for $7.99. You can also order a salad with it. Great In-N-Out special for a quick lunch.
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, the best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world. Cricket, what do you think about Papa's Pub and Pizzeria?
I think it's the best darn pizza in Fort Smith and perhaps the world.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I would venture to bet 3 out of every 4 head coaches are absolutely worthless around the house. They can't do anything. Your commode messes up, call the guy. They hadn't mowed a yard in 15 years.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I think we need to send Bart down to the football complex and he needs to do daily spring football practice reports like back in the day.
Yeah,
remember when we had it really?
I don't know that that's necessary.
Remember when we had it really good, Chuck?
I do.
We'd have Clay and Dudley and Otis down there just telling us what they saw.
That's right. Paint the picture.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
left
tackle, he's moving well.
Oh yeah, great footwork. Great footwork on that.
That defensive line, linebackers. I'm telling you, spring ball is it's happening. We don't have the coverage we used to have.
That's where Clay Henry became a legend.
Yeah,
is on practice coverage.
Well,
I really
absolutely.
do believe that.
Nobody could see a game like or a practice like Clay.
I know. And those were fun. And then
Mike Irwin's still doing it.
Yeah. Those were fun back in the day. Practices were open all the time. And, yeah, I remember when the problems hit. But, you know.
And then the whole Houston Nut thing happened.
Yeah.
The old Springdale. And
Sean Andrews got hurt
lost.
in practice one day. Sean Andrews got hurt in practice one day. And it was on the radio before it was even, you know, transmitted to his family or anybody else.
Was that Sports Rap?
Yeah, I think
you?
it might have been.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
and
It's your
that
fault.
was the that was the end of that.
Tell us what's happening. Don't hold back.
That's right.
I know what the rules are. I don't care.
There were no
we're serving
rules.
the people
See,
here.
that's the thing. There were no rules, and there was nothing. You do whatever you wanted, and that changed.
I got some baseball stuff to get into for you. I was down at the baseball facility yesterday. Cam Kozel, interviewed him, spent a couple hours down there.
That's the Taj Mahal of baseball facilities, by
I'll
the
tell
way.
you want to talk about a bunch
It's
of
nicer than any home any of us will ever live in. It's super.
It's awesome.
I mean, it's just unbelievable.
It's awesome. And a bunch of these guys like to fish. And you know where they fish?
Out there in that pond behind the outfield wall.
Lake Norm.
Yeah.
They've named the pond Lake Norm, and Cam Kozel caught a 6-pound bass in there.
That used to be like you wondered if toxic waste was in it way back in the day. I mean, you wondered. You'd go by and the water be bubbling.
There's a lot of chemicals in there. There's a lot of chemicals in there.
It's a big fish.
It's a breeding ground, like chemical, like from all the fertilizer on the field.
It's like going down to Russellville and fishing by the nuclear plant, man. You pull out the 18-pound bass.
It's like the Simpsons fish.
You know what Chuck doesn't do? Fish.
I actually have a fishing trip planned. I haven't broken that to you guys. No, I do. No, I do.
way.
No, I do.
Tell me more.
No, I do. Next week, I'm going to do the show. Do we just want to handle this on the air?
Well, yeah. Sure. Absolutely. Okay, hold on. Let me pull up a chair.
One of our partners has invited me on a fishing trip.
You get all the invites.
And, well, see, this is a little-known fact about me, is I do have an outdoor side. I'm a faux outdoorsman. I admit that. But I do have that side to me. Catching crappie in the spring is about as much fun as a guy can have. Ooh. It really is. I'm just telling you the truth. It is. And crappie fishing's on the agenda. You guys laugh, but when I send you the picture of that fried crappie fillet from that fish that was caught earlier in the day, the envy, on your faces is going to be incredible.
It's not a picture like after we catch the fish, like, ooh, look at this fish.
No,
it's
Chuck
eating
the fish. No, there's going to be, you'll see the stringer of fish, and it'll be enormous. Let me just tell you, don't kid yourself. It's going to be a massive string of crappie. I'm not.
So let me get this straight.
This is not. We're not just going to go sit out on the bank and hope for some bites. I mean, this is a planned deal. There's going to be an enormous. There's going to be an enormous number of fish.
So
caught.
You've just announced like a fishing vacation to Beaver Lake?
No. It's going to be to parts unknown. It's out of state. It's out of state. And
it's so good we can't tell anybody.
That's right. It is a fishing hole. It is a honey hole. And you guys never going to know where it is. So that's how it's going to work.
Next week, huh?
Next week.
Wow.
But I don't mind. In fact, I mean, again, we're just kind of talking about this on the air. But I'll be front and center. I mean, I'll have all the,
I mean, you got fishing stories.
We'll do the show remotely, and I will tell
it's
fishing
okay.
stories.
It'll be okay if you don't. It'd be particularly great, though, if you're in like a fishing cabin, background behind you of like panel wall and like a.
That's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's going to be. This is the real deal. I mean, when I do it, it's the real deal.
This is fantastic. I mean, my heart is bubbling with joy for you. I was kind of concerned, like there for a while, that you were becoming more and more of a recluse, a hermit, like just.
I would say This is akin to the gentleman duck hunters who don't do anything outdoors wise. Oh, but I can't wait for duck season to get here, so they can go to the duck cabin. They might shoot some ducks. They might. But
what they're really going to do is eat.
What they're going to do is eat and drink. if you get right down to it.
Yeah.
And so, but this is going to be the real deal. This is going to be. There's going to be a lot of fish caught. We're going to slay them.
Well,
we're going to slay them. Is what it boils down to.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Chuck
that I feel comfortable
the Angler. Chuck the Angler next week.
tell you
Tune in all week
Hey,
for Chuck's fishing
Let
adventures.
me just tell you, you can't be a true Arkansas boy and not having been taught to fish early in your life.
Can we send a camera?
It's
Like
fine.
I think
it's
we need
fine.
a video.
I don't care.
This.
It's
We need
fine.
I'm going to talk to our
Watch
partner
and learn.
that's going with you, and I'm going to say we need videos
and learn.
Okay.
Watch and learn.
Yeah. This is awesome. Dr. Tyler is in Fayetteville. We were talking NIL, coaches, players earlier. Tyler, what's going on?
Well, I just want to talk to you guys real quick about how this has all changed in the past 25 years. You guys have been witness to this, but you guys talked about how money changes coaches. I was recruited by Mike Price at Washington State to come play linebacker.
Wow.
I don't know what my star ranking would have been. This was back in 1997, so that wasn't really a big deal. But I hurt my knee. It was going to be a 12-month recovery, and he called my dad and called me damaged goods. Now,
is this before he got caught in the hotel room with the strippers?
Yeah, he was at Washington.
That was before he got fired at Alabama for all the roll tide.
It's rolling, baby.
So I had a friend at Harding University. He told Coach Huckabee, who was the defensive coordinator at the time, that I had gotten hurt and it was going to be a long recovery. And Coach Huckabee called me up and said, Tyler, it doesn't matter if you play a down of football here, but you need to come here and really build who you are. And that stuck with me my whole life. I moved to Arkansas because of that in my whole life. But I want kids to know, I coached for 25 years now. Character counts. Character in your coaches, character in your teammates, and you guys talked about this. Character in the people around you really, really count.
You know, it's a great story. Thanks for sharing that. There are a lot of great coaches that are like that. And coaches have a powerful influence at a formidable time in a young man's life. You were obviously a benefactor of that. I think Nick Saban didn't get enough credit for being like that with guys. I think Cal's like that. Not everybody is.
Particularly in the South. I'm not sure there's a title that carries more weight than coach. Maybe preacher. And it depends on how you did the day before. I mean, you might even pull ahead of the preacher on Sunday morning if you had a good Saturday. But in the South especially, that is such a powerful title, and it goes way beyond what you coach on the field or the floor.
877-377-6963. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning. If I didn't have you and Bart and Edward to lean on, where would I be? And I think about other people that don't have that.
That's what we do. We lift each other up.
Yeah.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and McDonald Eye Associates is my one-stop for any vision need. The progressives they have me in are a game changer, and my new sunglasses are going to be great for baseball season. McDonald Eye was the first practice in the state to perform LASIK, and they have the most experience. They also have the new vision correction options for all ages, including cataract and clear lens replacement to see your best from all distances. For your best vision, McDonald Eye is the place to go.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit GoPaschal.com today to schedule your service. Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric. Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
Ready or not, it is tax season. But luckily, H&R Block is here. Whether you need expert help with your taxes or simply have a question or two, your neighborhood H&R Block is here for you. Taxes are hard, but filing with H&R Block is easy. Walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. Put 70 years of tax expertise to work for you. Get those taxes squared away today at H&R Block.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
At the Stonebreaker Hotel, we believe in the art of gathering, whether over a thoughtfully prepared meal or a quiet moment on Markham Hill. Start your day with breakfast classics from the all-day menu, served from 7:30 to 1. Savor shareable bites from the bar and lounge menu until 10. And let the dinner menu from 5 to 9 bring familiar flavors with a fresh twist. And for a weekend well spent, how about brunch? Rooted in connection, designed for comfort. Learn more at StonebreakerHotel.com.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
And I listen in every day. Everybody know that. I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
Good.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Spring has arrived, bringing warmer days, road trips, and unpredictable spring showers. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we'll make sure your vehicle is ready for all your spring adventures. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your ride for whatever the season brings. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. Southern Tire Mart, we keep America rolling.
Attention business owners, are you overpaying for your website, dropping thousands up front and shelling out more than $95 a month? Stop the madness! With Modular Orange, you get a custom-built, fully managed website for just $95 a month. No hidden fees, no headaches. They write it, build it, launch it, update it, and secure it so you can focus on your business. Ditch the overpriced hassle and go simple. Visit modularorange.com today. That's modularorange.com.
Decisions aren't hard when no matter what you choose, you win. Like with Taco Bell's new $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes. Choose from the $5 Classic box with iconic favorites like a beefy 5-layer burrito, the $7 Supreme box with the Chicken Chalupa Supreme, and more. Or find new obsessions in the $9 Discovery box. Get yours at Taco Bell today. Participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
Picture it. It's a day like any other. You're stuck in traffic on Rogers Avenue during rush hour. You're just ready to get home and relax with your family. And then, just like that, your life can change in an instant. And you're going to need a lawyer to make it right. I'm Phil Votaw with Phil Votaw & Associates. If this happens to you, call me, 479-434-6200, or online at votawlaw.com. I'm Phil Votaw, and you've never met a lawyer like me.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Well-rested Chuck
That's right.
is the best kind of Chuck.
I will be good tonight. Stay in. You'll get the best version of me tomorrow, I promise.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You know, I've been saying this for a few years now. When I went to Tuscaloosa and spent 30 days doing training days for ESPN, when Nick Saban was there, obviously, I was so impressed by just the setup of the organization, and everybody there was serious about football, and they were serious about having a future and a career in football. I've been saying this for several years now. That's Arkansas baseball. That is, like, I'm so reminded of that setup. That's Arkansas baseball. And the character and the vibe and the environment in that building makes me really believe in this team. Like, I know they got a ton of good players, but those guys hang out all the time. They like each other. And the culture that Van Horn has built and the kind of people he has brought into the organization is just different. And I was down there for 2 hours yesterday, interviewed Cam Koziel. This guy's unbelievable. This guy's so impressive. I mean, it's like he's 50, has lived an entire well-rounded life. He's the oldest of 7 kids from Nebraska.
Wow.
I mean, he's so wholesome. And the way he talks and his mindset and how he is in terms of like his balance in life and all that stuff. And then I start looking around the roster and seeing people walking the building, and I'm like, there's a bunch of those guys here. I mean, it's just. By the way, Oaklawn Sports has Arkansas plus 430 to win the College World Series. Only Tennessee is ahead of them at plus 400. If you want to go on the Oaklawn Sports app,
That's still a pretty good
You can
payout.
have some fun with that. I mean, it was 700 or something to start the season. Oaklawn Sports, download it in the Google Play or Apple App Store, and new customers earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. Arkansas's best sports betting app. Bet with the brand you trust. You can bet with Oaklawn Sports.
I don't travel with the baseball team, obviously, anymore. Haven't for a long time. But I've always been a big believer, whether it's baseball, basketball, football, that you can tell a lot about a team by the way they travel. You'll hear a coach say, well, we need to travel. And I can remember when I was younger thinking, well, how hard is it? I mean, they take you on a bus to the plane. You get on the plane. You get off the plane. They bus you to the hotel. It's not that hard. Travel's easy. But there's so much more to it than that. How do you conduct yourself? How do you carry yourself? How do you maintain your focus when you're away from home? Do you make curfew? Just simple things like that. Are you on time for meals? Did you pack all your uniform stuff? Is all your equipment, where you can get to it? All those things matter. I realize there are teams out there, pro, college, whatever, who have had success. One. Without being what we would call, a disciplined team. They got a bunch of wild guys on there, but somehow for 3 hours a night, they bring it all together. But generally speaking, that's not the way it works. I'll go back to what I said a little bit earlier. Most of the time, 4-star, 5-star. 5-star really means something in terms of what kind of player you are on the field, off the field, your support group, your family. All those things come into play. They've hit the mother load with our baseball program right now on kids like that. And those are kids you win championships with.
I can't wait to share more of this interview with you. It'll be a hog pie, I think, coming out over the weekend. And I'll tell you more about it and just what I've been seeing with those guys. I think it's going to be a fun season because of who they are. I mean, you can always, predict, oh, they're really talented, but it's because of who they are that I really like them. Chuck and Bo Show, good morning.
The doors are open, and it's a new era of elegance. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry has unveiled its stunningly redesigned 8,500 square foot showroom for an unmatched luxury experience. There's breathtaking jewelry, of course, expert service, and private viewing rooms designed for comfort. And they've got an in-house cafe with handcrafted coffee to go along with a special coffee table book celebrating Arkansas's heritage. Because it's more than jewelry, it's your story at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry.
We care a lot about supporting Arkansas businesses here on the Chuck and Bo Show, and we both like keeping our rides looking good. Splash Car Wash just became our new neighbors here in Fayetteville. They're a locally owned Arkansas business, and they've been serving the state since 1989. They're good folks, and you can get a free car wash by texting Splash Arkansas to 22322. That's Splash Arkansas to 22322.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweat No Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatnomcosmetic.com and click on the Sweat No Edge. Man, can you imagine if we all lived together, if we just walked into the living room at like 6 a.m. and just started talking each other's heads off? There's no good morning. I can't have my first cup of
somebody
coffee.
would get shot.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023, Anheuser-Busch, Bush Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
A particularly dangerous flooding situation setting up today through Sunday. We could see anywhere from 6 to 10 inches of rain. Some folks could see up to 15. So showers will increase and intent will be in the 60s today. Showers and storms with very heavy downpours tonight. We drop into the 50s. I'm Sally Russell with the forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Colorworks. Whether it's the weather or just life, call Andy at Colorworks Paint and Body for all your auto body repairs. Big or small, old or new, they are the choice for auto body repair.
Attention business owners. Are you overpaying for your website, dropping thousands up front and shelling out more than $95 a month? Stop the madness! With Modular Orange, you get a custom-built, fully managed website for just $95 a month. No hidden fees, no headaches. They write it, build it, launch it, update it, and secure it so you can focus on your business. Ditch the overpriced hassle and go simple. Visit modularorange.com today. That's modularorange.com.
Decisions aren't hard when no matter what you choose, you win. Like with Taco Bell's new $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes. Choose from the $5 classic box with iconic favorites like a beefy 5-layer burrito, the $7 Supreme box with the chicken chalupa Supreme, and more. Or find new obsessions in the $9 Discovery box. Get yours at Taco Bell today. Participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
You're listening to ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be a smart aleck like that.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my Double R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett at River Valley Smile Center. You may know me as your local dentist, but I'm a giant Hogs, Dolphins, and college baseball fan as well. Listen to me, Phil, and Matt talk about our 3 ups and downs for the weekend every Monday on halftime at 12:15. At River Valley Smile Center, we're a comprehensive dental facility that offers children's dentistry, dental implants, sedation, whitening, and much, much more. Dr. Cole Johnson, Dr. Hannah Cabe, and myself are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
Hey, Ty Richardson for A Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. They service commercial and residential lawns for weed management and fertilization for a lush, healthy lawn. Need bush hogging? They do that too. A Cut Above also offers tree and limb removal. Don't forget hauling and dumpster rental as well. More than just a mowing service, they're A Cut Above. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. Lawn, landscaping, power washing, stump grinding, leaf removal, mulching, flea tick, and mosquito control. 719-5605.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I know Chuck didn't do this, so I won't ask, but man, getting in the Waymo, the driverless.
I didn't do that.
Uber, nobody's driving.
I like an actual human being behind the wheel.
I don't
Even if
know.
I can't understand him, even if he's driving too fast, and even if he scares the hell out of me. I want an actual human
I
being
don't know.
behind the wheel of the car.
I don't know. I kind of felt that way at first, too, and then I got in there and it changed me. As little as you trust people, I'm surprised that you feel that way.
I like the human element.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this much.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
Driving my son to school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo Show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
I knew when we brought up baseball just a moment ago that we would be questioned right away on whether or not they're going to play the baseball series this weekend because of the weather.
And they want to know now.
They want to know now. When are they going to make a call? When are they going to make a call? They'll make a call on Friday's game, tomorrow's game, tomorrow would be my guess.
They wait as long as they can.
I've been looking at the forecast just like everybody else, thinking, is there a window where they can squeeze a game in tomorrow or Saturday? I don't know that there is. Maybe Saturday night. It kind of looks like maybe a doubleheader Sunday. I'm just speculating. I don't know. None of us know.
Is Missouri winless in the conference?
Yeah, they are winless. This is a weekend you'd like to play, just to be honest about it, because you don't make games up. It's not like the big leagues where you fly in for a game, fly out when it's over. You miss a game and the weekend's over, and that's it. So you want to play as many games as you can. But it's going to be a wet weekend. But if you're looking for, the announcement on Friday morning on how it's going to work for the weekend, that's not going to come because it's going to be fluid. And believe me, if they can get a game in at 9 o'clock Saturday night, it'll be first pitch at 9 o'clock Saturday night. And we're just all going to have to adjust accordingly. This is no different than any other rainy weekend that we've had millions of times before.
One of the great things about Baum-Walker Stadium is, it feels like you could have a monsoon and they could play an hour later. I mean, the way the field drains and
Well, it may be
tarp
tested
and all
this
that.
weekend. It may be. But no, you're right.
overstating it to some extent, but it's not that far off.
You think about what happened yesterday. We were really lucky in northwest Arkansas. We had rain early in the morning, some storms. Sun was out in the afternoon. People were mowing their yards in the afternoon here yesterday, whereas the rest of the state...
They were working out on the baseball field yesterday at noon.
Right, and whereas the rest of the state dealt with this thing into the late night hours last night. So, you don't know what's going to transpire, how it's going to work. But you're right. If you can get a little bit of if you can get 3 or 4 hours without rain, you can find a way to get a game in.
That radar looks like Halloween right now.
Oh, it does. It's all over the place.
Scary.
There's more coming.
Oh, we got more weather music to try out.
Still too clubbish. It's got a clubbish vibe to it.
It's still got...
Chuck, when's the last time you went to a club?
Well, it's been a while. But let me tell you something. When I went, they knew I was there. I made an impression.
Fish fear him.
That's right.
Women admire him.
I don't know about that.
Chuck the entertainer.
Clubs know him.
That's
Chuck
right.
the You know what? I just thought of this.
Uh-oh.
As kind of a second, moonlighting
On
career
the heels
for you.
of yesterday's show, our creative juices.
DJ Chuck.
I did that for a while.
DJ Chuck. Well, I'm talking about at a club.
You're assuming I've not done that.
Well, tell me about
I would know.
When are we going to do a
I
Chuck
had a young
hog pod?
career.
Yeah.
I had
We're
a young
going to do
career.
a hog pod on you.
Hey,
But that stuff's got to be in it. This isn't some surface level. This is like Oprah type interview stuff.
I've done everything there is to do on the air, and a lot of things that you're not supposed to do on the air. I've spun records at bars. I've spun records at high school dances. I've done the whole deal.
Tell the story. That is great.
I know how to make dry ice go out over the dance floor while you're playing a song. Watch the kids go crazy.
Oh my God.
I know how to do all that.
It's so good.
Video. I need more.
Well, there was not video back then.
Well, I'm saying we got to recreate
We'll make it up. Yeah.
We got to recreate it. DJ Chuck. I mean, it's just got a good.
But believe me, guys, I'll have some video of me reeling in some fish next week.
Fish fear him.
Yeah.
Women admire him.
There's going to be
DJ Chuck.
Lots of video.
In Club Shed.
Hey, man, you did whatever you had to do back then. I mean, you're 20, 25. I mean, I was shameless. Pretty shameless now. But as is, obvious.
Hey,
but
I was a country music DJ.
I've done it.
I did traffic reports
I've
on the
done that.
radio.
I've done it.
Flew in a Cessna.
Have you done a grease pig contest at a county fair, though?
Have
Bo?
not.
Have you done that?
Have not. I did introduce Little Texas at a county fair.
That's where I honed my skills, baby. Hey, we did what we had to do. Radio was different back then. Radio was different then. It was full service.
The amount of joy this is giving me right now.
I mean, this is setting up for Chuck's fishing trip. This is all setting up for Chuck's fishing trip.
It's sports and so much more. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, these are the kind of stories that he tells around a campfire. On my bucket list is to be around a campfire with Chuck when he's got a couple in him. And I want to hear the stories. And then, of course, I'm going to, it all stays right here until we're back on the show.
Of course. That's the thing.
Then I let it out.
I know anything I would say would be fodder for this show, and I would be made fun of. Is the final, in the final analysis.
You know what? That's another thing. We're going to have a production meeting today, and I got some new segment ideas.
Yeah.
And I just got another one. We're going to do a campfire segment on the show. There it is. Perfect. And Chuck tells a story. Back when I was 17 and making my way into radio.
Tell us a story.
I
spin some yarn.
I went to the county fair, and I announced a grease pig contest?
Grease pig contest.
Is that where you have to tackle the grease pig?
That's exactly what it is. It's in an enclosed area. You ever seen a terrapin derby?
Oh,
have you ever been in a county?
Turtles?
Have you ever done a terrapin derby? Where the turtles race. Have you ever done one of those on the air?
No, I can't say that I have.
You ever done a baby race on the air?
Yeah.
Can't say that I have.
Those are the
You
kind
called
of
it play-by-play?
You hone those skills as a young broadcaster, and it serves you well later on, Bart. So find you a county fair.
I think I'm not going to do that, but I appreciate the
Did you ever do like Jello wrestling in a club?
No, never did that. But
No.
I could tell some stories, and I'm not going to.
What has happened to us? Like, we come out of the open, we're going to talk about, like, the transfer portal, and the next thing I know, we're talking about, like,
well, yesterday
Greece,
you're in the middle
nightclubs.
of the street. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's the biorhythms this week. I don't know what it is. But
I think we're just trying
is there
to.
a gravitational pull at work here?
Well, the basketball season ended, so we're just
weather's weird.
Sense of
weather's
relief?
weird. It's just kind of
delirious.
Yeah, it's
Punch drunk?
delirium.
A little bit.
Delirium, yeah.
Yeah, live TV sports drought.
Yeah. Well,
we
maybe
got
that's it. We don't have a game to talk
We
about.
got the NBA. I mean, what happened in the NBA?
I watched the Knicks for a little bit. They got crushed.
Dodgers are 8-0. Okay.
Yeah. Braves are winless.
Shohei, walk off.
Cardinals
what
are in
else
first
is new?
place.
Grizzlies Heat play tonight on TNT.
Oh, wow.
There's
that changes everything.
Grizzlies fired their coach with like 9 games left in the season.
Yeah.
You always count on
everything changes.
John Morant is in trouble again.
Yeah.
What? He's got another gun issue or what?
Yes.
What?
No.
Gun gestures at the Warriors bench.
Gun gestures.
Except it really wasn't.
Like bang, bang. you
No.
know?
Well,
Like,
Bart,
I
certainly was.
Pop.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, do you get suspended now for gun gestures?
I know
Probably.
Texas Tech does.
The league has made an announcement that they are looking into it.
Gosh,
Really?
I'll tell you what. The other part that we didn't really get into about the loss to Texas Tech was the guns up crap. Just watching their fans walk around, guns up. It's like, that's weird.
Well, that's just what they. I mean, they're in West Texas. Have you been to Lubbock?
I'm not saying for them calling the Hogs isn't weird, but like the whole when you put the guns up thing, it looks like you're saying I'm a loser.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah, it sure does.
Yeah.
Why are you calling yourself losers? Oh no, it's guns up. Oh, well, it sure looks
There was
like
some
you put
confusion
an L on your forehead.
when the team was pulling in, when the team buses were pulling into the arena out there in San Francisco. There were a bunch of those fans. They were standing on this little terrace.
I saw that
above that, and they were doing all this. And some kids on the bus were like, "What are they doing the loser thing for?"
Yeah.
And it's like, no, kids, that's not what they're doing. It's guns up.
Yeah. If you got Texas Tech and A&M fans together, the amount of what would happen with that amount of weirdness?
I would not want to be around to find out.
By the way, what about
Some weird
Buzz?
people,
What
man.
about Buzz leaving Texas A&M, going to Maryland?
6-year Buzz.
Yeah.
6-year Buzz.
He's a Texas guy, though.
You should come with an extended warranty when you hire him.
Well, I think I don't know, but I think part of it is Buzz has figured out I'm a 6-year Buzz. I go somewhere, I give them a buzz for 6 years, then the buzz is going to end. They're going to feel like they have a hangover, and I'm going somewhere else to give them a buzz.
Maybe. Maybe that's the trick to
I
it
mean,
all.
that is the trick if you want to have longevity in a coaching career.
No, there's a lot of truth to
I mean,
that.
very few coaches can last 10 years somewhere.
You never wear out your welcome.
Cal said at Kentucky he made the mistake, and Joe B. Hall told him, 10 years. That's max.
What's weird about this to me though is that Buzz is from Texas. He is a Texas guy.
Oh yeah.
He went
They
to
eat their own, Bart.
He went to
and then
one
they
of their
put that ring on.
An A&M school, like a school in the A&M system, and so he leaves A&M to go to Maryland. He leaves what's become the best college basketball conference in the country to go to Maryland.
Something's going
a
on.
program that hasn't really been relevant since Gary Williams retired.
I've got to believe revenue share split, things like that are coming into play. These coaches are making decisions. I thought Buzz would be there forever. I mean, I can remember going down there and, his mom would come to the games.
Yeah, it was like a destination job for him.
And I'm thinking Buzz going to be here forever. But obviously but there's something going on down there. And I don't know what it is. Trev Alberts is their AD now.
That's new. That's different.
That's different, and I'm purely speculating, and it's totally from the outside looking in. But something's not quite right.
Agreed. And not only that, Buzz Williams goes to Maryland, and he doesn't know who his boss is.
Yeah,
they don't have their AD in place yet. That's a really hard thing for a coach to do, to go to work somewhere where they don't know who their boss is going to be. So for him to decide to do that, sure seems like he wanted to get out.
Yes,
There
without
have been
question.
assurances made. I'm quite certain because Willard, the coach that left, for whatever reason, he was not able to tap into that Under Armour. You know that
or the other donors or whatever.
Right.
I mean, the guy whose
Right.
name is on the new building, like a $52 million building, said basically he fleeced us.
Right.
That Kevin Willard, they weren't getting along.
Right. And Kevin Willard had reached the point where he knew that those relationships were not going to come to fruition. He was not going to
He
get
said it was time
he was not
for
going to get the money.
everyone to move on.
And my point is with Buzz, there have been assurances given. And I've always believed somebody's going to take one of those jobs, football, basketball up there, and they're going to tap into that money. They're going to say the right thing. And that relationship is going to consummate, and it's going to last for a long time because the money is going to last forever. Now, I just have to believe Buzz has gotten some assurances from them that he could not get from
Well,
A&M.
he may have a relationship. By the way, that's what we're seeing. Real quick, Patino has that at St. John's. He's got a relationship with money at St. John's. Cal has that here. Maybe Buzz has that at Maryland. And don't laugh. That's a formula
It's
right
critical.
now.
It is critical.
You said it better.
It's
critical.
It's why Muss is not here. It's why Muss is at Southern Cal. Just to be honest. Go ahead, Bart.
I was just going to say, it just dawned on me that this is the second time Maryland has hired a basketball coach from Texas A&M, which is just kind of a bizarre, because Mark Turgeon, who was at Maryland for a decade, was the coach at Texas A&M before he went to Maryland.
Chris Beard decided to stay at Ole Miss rather than pursue the A&M job, which ought to tell you something right there.
Something's weird. I mean, there's always something weird going on at Texas
Edward,
A&M,
why don't you
but
go
something
investigate?
is weird
Well, we sent Edward down there.
at Texas A&M.
To College
actually,
Station? Absolutely.
Bart, it's your job. Chevy Fayetteville Situation Room. You got to take the Situation Room on the road. Report live from A&M. Go to a midnight yell.
I think
do the
I'm
whole
good.
thing.
I think I'm good.
Try to see get amongst the people.
They've got a really nice hotel right by the stadium.
Get in the cult. Get it.
It's not bad.
Ingrain your. Take 6 months. Get yourself in the culture. Report back to us. It's a 6-month journey.
Get you one of those white outfits.
What's that stuff Aaron Rodgers does? Do some of that. What is it?
Drop.
What is that drug he's doing? When he goes to where I had it, I couldn't. I was right there on the tip of my
Is he
tongue.
doing peyote? Is that what he's doing?
Ayahuasca. Ayahuasca.
Okay.
Do some of that. Peyote if you want. Whatever they're doing down there. Get in the culture. Immerse yourself in the culture. Do it for the show.
No. No.
Not no, but hell no.
There's I don't even ever want to go to College Station. Those people are so damn weird.
Ready or not, it's tax season. You got to get it filed April 15th, staring right down the barrel at you. But H&R Block can help. If you got a question you need answered or you need to file, they'll do any of that. You can walk in or make an appointment. Put 70 years of tax prep expertise to work for you at H&R Block. 7:18 on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, well, congratulations. Hey, Chuck, I made some good calls today. You sure did. You sure did.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original Sports Rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
Hey, Razorback fans, it's Quinn Grovey alongside my man, Matt Zimmer. And it's a great time to be a Razorback.
Embrace the home!
Whether it's a touchdown, a slam dunk, or a grand slam.
Big Susie, they were doing all the stuff. I went in there to get something to eat, and they're cheering. I'm like, what is going on here?
We're here with the excitement and insight you crave.
Well, you're giving me goosebumps now, you know.
It's the Razorback Daily from the team at Sport and Store.
That might be our best episode ever.
Available wherever you listen to your podcast each morning.
If you're having issues with your gutters or drainage around the house, you need to call Hog Trough Gutters. They're locally owned and operated with over 30 years of experience. Seamless gutters made on site, trenching and French drains. Plus, they're fully licensed and insured, and every job comes with a 20-year guarantee. Hog Trough Gutters services all of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Log on to their website, hoggutters.com, to find out more. That's hog, Gutters.com. Why don't you just kind of style it up a little bit at the game? Let's get your drip going.
Hey, I got a lot more drip than you think.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's a tough time. Injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Hey, Ty Richardson for A Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. They service commercial and residential lawns for weed management and fertilization for a lush, healthy lawn. Need bush hogging? They do that too. A Cut Above also offers tree and limb removal. Don't forget hauling and dumpster rental as well. More than just a mowing service, they're A Cut Above. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. Lawn, landscaping, power washing, stump grinding, leaf removal, mulching, flea tick, and mosquito control. 719-5605.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Summer's coming.
I'm already ready for summer. I'm ready for summer.
It's great. We're about to get Chuck off the road.
Chuck's looking forward to that.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
877-377-6963. That's the number if you want to text or hop on the phone, talk to Chuck. So ask Chuck anything. It's
anything you want.
Yeah, just bring it. 877-377-6963. Also, if you want to get your car washed after the weather here, I recommend Splash Car Wash. Chuck and I both do. We go there to keep our cars clean. They recently became our neighbor in Fayetteville.
Next door.
Arkansas owned and operated since 1989. Get a free car wash. You can text Splash Arkansas, all one word, Splash Arkansas, to 22322. So you're going to text to 22322 Splash Arkansas and get a free car wash. It's
There
just
you
that
go.
simple.
It's easy.
It's just that simple. JR's in Shady Grove. JR, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show. What's happening?
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
Doing great. Bart just got a fresh cup of coffee, walked in late to the segment. Other than that, we're not running a very tight ship around here, but other than that, we're good.
If you love Bart, don't send him to Texas A&M because he'll come back conceited, cocky, arrogant, and think he's the best thing since a pocket on his shirt after he's around those people down there.
I know some really good people that went to A&M. They don't talk about the dark side. They don't really talk about it.
Two
You know what I
things.
mean? It's a mystery. They're sworn to secrecy.
Two
whatever's going
things.
on there.
would the trend be going where enough money is going to be tapped into this college athletics where just like Mark Sears, he's going to Auburn, right? He transferred to Auburn. Is that correct? From Alabama, is that correct?
Well, I don't know about. I
hadn't
haven't heard
heard
that. Isn't Sears a senior? Any out of eligibility?
Now, there was a player for Auburn that transferred to Alabama before last
But
season.
anyhow, forget the example. Go ahead with a point.
Is it possible that these coaches would be doing that, hopping from university to university with the money in place to come win a national championship if all the pieces are in place? I mean, the longevity of these coaches, is going to be just like shouldn't they be able to transfer?
It's like the new coach
That's
at
the whole
Indiana.
thing.
I mean, he's been a head coach at 3 different schools inside 12 months. So they're doing some hopping. They always
The other thing, wouldn't you like to be preparing for bowl week this week? I'm a big proponent of having bowl games in the spring.
We had that
so
idea.
anyway,
we had that. Appreciate the call, JR. Thank you.
Have a good
bringing
day.
That up. You too, man.
I have an update on the Mark Sears thing.
Yeah.
Thank
you. Chevy of Fayetteville situation.
Yeah,
Bart's
that's
right
first
on
I've
it.
heard of it.
Fresh cup of coffee.
Well,
he's on it.
That's because it doesn't exist.
Okay,
So,
all right.
an Auburn site, a site that covers Auburn, wrote an April Fool's Day piece saying that Mark Sears was granted an extra year of eligibility and is committing to Auburn. And it's written like an actual news story until the very last sentence. You have to scroll all the way down, and it says, what is clear is that the calendar says April 1st. And so whoever this guy is, Andrew Hughes of Fly War Eagle, you're a disgrace to the field of journalism, sir.
Wow. Holy cow. He just wrote a parody article, Bart. That's all he did.
Yeah, but he wrote it as if it was fact.
That's what April Fools is all about.
Okay, let's talk about April Fools.
No,
It
that's
is-
not what it's about.
Can we-
That's not a April Fool's.
Can we talk?
you.
Can we talk about April Fools for a second?
Let's talk.
The stupidest thing we have on the calendar.
I agree.
Like, ban it, like, just for yourself. Get rid of it. Flush it. It's absolutely stupid. Like, we're trying too hard, okay? Back before we had all the entertainment we have in the world now, we had to make up ways to entertain ourselves. We have long surpassed that. Like black and white television, like film on a spool, on a reel.
Reel-to-reel tape.
Yes, we have surpassed it. We have surpassed April Fools. And I know this because we just went through April 1st, and I didn't see one single clever April Fool's joke. Did you?
I wasn't fooled by one single thing yesterday.
Well, I didn't say anything clever or funny or anything. But what I saw was a whole bunch of people trying their damnedest to come up with some April Fool's thing that would just be the thing. And you know what? Every single one of them failed. Every one of them. It is the worst dad joke of all dad jokes of all time. And we all know about dad jokes. And I'm as guilty of a dad joke as anybody. I'm a dad. And that's fun. But it's like we're trying to live up to this April Fool's thing. And then, Bart, to this point, what it creates is somebody trying so hard that you make somebody else's life really difficult. I mean, now Mark Sears has to deal with this. You know, Alabama people, Auburn people have to deal with it. Not that we, whatever on that, but, shut up. What are we doing here?
I agree.
And then here's JR just living his life in Shady Grove.
Irresponsible. Stuff
Shady
like that's
Grove. And it's 7 people later, it gets to him as a story.
Yeah.
All because we got to be funny on April Fools. Brian in Ozark probably loves April Fools. Speaking like that reminded me of him.
Whatever happened to him?
I'll
Did
tell
we
you
just
what,
run him off?
you come at the Chuck and Bo show like Brian and Ozark did, we figure you out. Your kryptonite is Muppets. Edward put him in a body bag and he's gone.
Yeah, rubbed him out.
Just done. erased. We're brought to you in part by First Security Bank. Arkansas folks taking care of Arkansans have been doing it for a long time. Convenient, friendly locations, friendly bankers, more locations, ways to bank better. FS Bank, you can bank online. First Security Bank, member FDIC, the official bank of the Chuck and Bo Show. Well, now that you're back in here, Bart, maybe we can get a portal update. You and Edward seem to have this figured out, like what Arkansas needs to do.
Oh, yeah. They've got the roster full.
You got
there.
the Chevy and Fayetteville Situation Room. We'll do it when we come back. That's a tease.
And what a tease it is.
Hanging on it. 7:30, Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning. Can we just say, for all of you who get up early in the morning and you work so hard, man, we're glad you're here. We just really appreciate all the work you do to make Arkansas better.
You talking to me?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
At the Stonebreaker Hotel, we believe in the art of gathering, whether over a thoughtfully prepared meal or a quiet moment on Markham Hill. Start your day with breakfast classics from the all-day menu, served from 7:30 to 1. Savor shareable bites from the bar and lounge menu until 10. And let the dinner menu from 5 to 9 bring familiar flavors with a fresh twist. And for a weekend well spent, how about brunch? Rooted in connection, designed for comfort. Learn more at stonebreakerhotel.com. Today's been it's been a strange day.
Yeah, we've had some struggles here and there. let's just be blunt. Can we be blunt?
Well, it's 50-50 at best.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Put 7-inch sophomore from Memphis, Tennessee, number 10, Todd Day. And Day with a steal of the game. Slam dunk by the freshman out of Memphis.
All right, Todd, what do you think of the intro? Is that legendary enough for you?
It was great. Yeah, it was legendary.
Don't miss a Morning Rush, only on ESPN 95.3.
It's a tough time. Injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Hey, this is Dr. Cole Johnson at River Valley Smile Center. You hear my partner, Dr. Charles Liggett, at 12:15 on halftime every Monday. Dr. Liggett and I have worked at River Valley Smile Center together for 11 years now. Like the Hogs, we have a great team. Do you have a unique dental procedure, a complex dental problem, or are you just nervous about dental work? Come see me for sedation dentistry, implants, implant-supported dentures, as well as cosmetic dentistry. We are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith at the River Valley Smile Center. Check us out online at rivervalleysmiles.com or call 479-646-0706.
Hey, Ty Richardson, we're at Wheeler Power Sports in downtown Fort Smith. Ethan, you guys have a massive event coming up May 2nd and May the 3rd.
We will have the Kawasaki Good Times demo truck here for Kawasaki demo rides, games, and prizes. Rollin' Smoke Barbecue food truck will also be here, and on that Friday, Ruskin and Zach will report live from the event. That is the Steel Horse Rally Weekend. See our Facebook page for all the details and updates.
That's Wheeler Power Sports, 901 North 11th Street in downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Are you stuck in a paper jam of printer prices, paper cuts from budget cuts? Don't throw in the towel. Call Dixie Digital Imaging and dive into our new and used inventory blowout. We're slashing prices on top-of-the-line Xerox Brother and Epson printers and multifunction devices, gently used or brand new models that are tired of being in our warehouse. Don't miss out on these deals. Call 479-783-6600 for more details. Quantities and availability are limited. Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, millions of men experience ED, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. At HIMSS, our own board-certified urologist, Dr. Peter Stahl, knows this better than anyone, and he knows that HIMSS can help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, Senior Vice President of Men's Sexual Health at HIMSS. I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS.
Through HIMSS.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs. Options at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at HIMSS.com/joy. To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% less than brand name prices, go to HIMSS.com/joy. That's HIMSS.com/joy for your free online visit.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
When streaming became a thing, Chuck became the ultimate homebody. Now I don't ever have to leave now. It's all right here. My whole,
a lot of truth to
my
that.
whole portal to the outside world is through streaming.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You know, it's Eddie Murphy's birthday. 64. It's hard to imagine. Eddie Murphy, 64.
He's been around so long, I almost thought he was older.
We're kind of close.
The mortality of these birthdays that we have in the notes, and sometimes we get to them. The mortality of that, when you realize, people are getting older. You like that.
I know.
It's like,
I will never forget.
We are too, aren't we? Yep.
We were doing a basketball radio show at Sassy's when Scotty Thurman was on the staff, and it was his 40th birthday. And I said, man, you want to feel old? Scotty Thurman's 40 years old. And this was like 6 or 7 years ago. So he's really old now. And we're older too. Jeez. But I can remember that night specifically thinking, my God, where did all the time go?
I think of Chad Baker Mazzara. Remember when he was 18?
Yeah, and he's like 35.
Like 7 years ago?
His car insurance has already gone down. I mean, he's at 25, man.
Dude, he is almost off his parents' insurance.
He is off it. Yeah. He's 25.
I think 20. Is it 25? 26.
26. All right. Whatever.
It's 26.
Yeah.
All right, well,
I just went off.
Okay.
It's terrible.
Yeah. I got you.
Wow. Well, you're getting old.
Welcome to real life,
world,
boys.
That's right.
You're getting old.
Me and Chad.
All right, let's go to the situation.
Who's older, Edward or Chad Baker Mazzara?
Yeah.
It's really close.
Are you older than Chad Baker Mazzara?
Right.
Yeah.
I've got like 5 months on him, I think.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I
graduated.
He still got his jump
ago,
shot, though.
by the way.
He still got his shot.
So
the ironic thing about Baker Mazzara is he's like the most immature guy in all of college basketball.
Right.
Right. There's some truth to that. I hadn't thought about that.
He's a total knucklehead.
He's going to go Charles Barkley over there.
You sat Bart down. You sat Bart down a while back, and you said, "Listen, don't take so long to get to your point. Just start with the dagger." And then back
hit him in the mouth right away.
And I mean, Bart has been just
hit him low early.
I saw there's some dude. It was
good coaching.
There's some guy in Centerton. I saw a headline. He's in like the axe throwing championships of the world.
Really?
That's Bart in the Situation Room. just like whipping.
Well, he's coming out swinging,
people.
man.
Oh.
He just comes out swinging.
All right, Chevy at Fayetteville Situation Room. So you guys think that we don't know exactly what Cal's doing or the coaches?
No.
But just looking at it from the outside, it feels like if they get a couple of guys that you said what? It's like kind of the McGriddle yesterday. Oh, that sounds like fire.
Fire. That would be fire.
That would be fire.
It was fire, by
What
the
would
way.
be fire on this Razorback transfer
here's
portal
the
right
thing
now?
that I think we all know is that Cal's going to get who Cal wants in the portal. Like
really?
I think so.
Does Cal really just get who he wants? I mean, I think there's competition.
Well, yes, there's certainly competition, but I've
You're
seen
saying if
stuff-
he really wants him.
If he really wants
I
a
got
guy,
you.
I think Cal's going to get him. The money's going to be there. The money's going to be right. And Cal's pedigree of getting guys to the NBA is one of the most attractive chips on the table, so to speak. There aren't a lot of guys who can be there and be like, well, here are the 40, 50 guys I've put in the league. There aren't any coaches in college basketball who can do that right now.
I got a side point about that, but keep going.
So I think there are a couple of guys. I mean, look, Arkansas needs size. They need big men. That's the one thing that's missing right now on next year's team. A couple guys in the portal. We mentioned Yaxel Lindenborg, a phenomenal name from UAB. He's a guy. He's testing the NBA draft waters. If he decides to come back to school, averaged 18 and 11 last year at UAB for a pretty good UAB team. They went to the American Conference Championship. Another guy who's in the portal now, Jaden Quaintance. This is a kid who signed with Kentucky and Cal out of high school. When Cal left Kentucky to come to Arkansas, he got out of his letter of intent and ended up going to Arizona State, where he was Big 12 all-freshman, all-defensive team, averaged 9 points, 8 rebounds, 3 blocks. He's 6'9", 7'5" wingspan. The only issue, he tore his ACL, had surgery on March 19th, but would be good to go by the start of the season. Great player, would be a great piece for Arkansas. If you somehow end up with those two guys, Quaintance and Lindenborg, you've got one heck of a front court.
Meanwhile,
Edwards just grooving over there. man.
We've got some vibes
vibing.
going on.
Yeah, he's vibing.
He's vibing.
He's just vibing.
He's grooving.
Yeah.
We just translate that.
I'm sorry.
No, vibing.
Vibing.
You're learning. It's good. You're getting close.
Grooving has become vibing.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
exactly
I got
right.
you.
They just changed the words.
I got you.
They're all the same thing. It's just
They
like
mean
what,
the same
what
thing.
word does that mean now?
I thought Bart needed portal update music.
Well,
Oh, we
again,
thought we were just-
haven't identified the appropriate music.
Yeah, we're
like
just-
all,
We're trying things.
well, we are, and you got stuck in like a hotel hold situation. Like you are running you're the gamut on
the only thing
hold
that
music
comes up.
for a resort.
I
I
sports
swear
update
you
music.
are. Those are every music bed that you've played today. I've heard on hold in a resort.
What do you want, like Weather Channel Vaporwave from the 90s? Is that what you want?
I'm just telling
I
you.
don't
Like,
know what.
It's got the Cancun resort vibe.
100%. The Bahamas, Cancun, San Francisco, all of them. Like it's like you got in like
It's the vibe. That's my, now that I've
Okay,
discovered
now
the word,
he's using
I'm
vibe.
going to cite it freely. It's the vibe, Edward. No.
That's definitely hold music.
No.
That's
That might be legitimate hold
that's
music.
me calling down to the restaurant to ask them what time they start breakfast.
The next thing
I'm
you're
on
going to
hold.
hear there is, we value your call.
Yeah.
And we know your time's important.
Right.
But for the next 33 minutes, you're going to be on hold.
Yeah. And we're going to keep playing the same message
yeah.
over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of that screams transfer portal to me.
Nah, it doesn't have that transfer portal vibe to
Yeah.
it. There's got to be some seriousness to it. Closer.
That's a little closer
You like
to
okay,
news
so we
weather.
like the horns, like the
Well,
the brass section.
Not so whimsical. Your vibe on the Cancun music like whimsical. We need something a little more serious.
This is
lets people know that something important's about to be said.
Bart likes this one.
Nah. Something that
I didn't say
screams
anything.
situation room. We got a situation going on. Something dramatic. Well, started fast, faded even more quickly. But it's got to convey the serious tone.
Give me that one more time.
Yeah.
Give me that one.
It's gone.
Okay. As it should be.
Hit me with that.
Yeah. Give me some Britney Spears. Yeah.
Well, maybe.
It's National Burrito Day. Welcome to the Chuck
it
and Bo
is.
Show.
Go get you a burrito today.
You like a burrito?
Love a burrito.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like burritos?
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Then save it for.
Save
it for leftovers.
Eating it is like a lot.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of burritos you get are so big. It's just like how do I attack this thing?
One bite at a time.
And I would rather just maybe have it in a bowl.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I like a burrito bowl too.
Yeah. Well, it's different.
I like a breakfast burrito.
Oh yeah.
Well, here we go.
It's hard to beat a breakfast
Here we go.
burrito.
Want me to run to Sonic, Chuck?
Would you mind?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Would you
I'll
mind?
do it. I'll do it live on the air.
Can we talk to the drive-through people?
Well, we can try.
That was the fun part.
We can
yesterday.
try. Well, I was trying to talk to the drive-through guy, and I was like, "Hey, thanks a lot." Chuck's
I
like,
thought you were
"No,
talking
thank
to
you."
me.
I'm like, "I'm talking to you."
Someone was polite to me. I felt like I needed to be polite in return.
Talking to the other guy on the side of the window over there.
What? Who? What?
Fayetteville, Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. Thank you, Bart. Thank you, Edward, for that. We're gonna figure this out off the air someday. Chevy of Fayetteville, they have an unmatched selection. Go ahead, give me the music. They have the best selection of doing pre-owned Chevys. They've got unbeatable prices, award-winning service. The service department's top-notch with complimentary loaners. That's like a...
This was a
disaster.
suggestion. This was a suggestion on the text line.
See, this is where whimsical probably would be appropriate when you're doing a car ad.
It's Magnum PI.
Yeah, somebody said.
You can trust the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, unlike Edward, when it comes to music selection.
Come on.
Yeah, just say hi to our friends Chris, Mark, and Denver. They'll get you set up there. Don't wait. Head over to Chevy of Fayetteville today, and let's drive. 877-377-6963. It is the fledgling Chuck and Bo Show. 7:45 here at the Hyatt Regency.
I'm not telling you that everything's great. I'm also not willing to say everything's terrible.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
You know the sound, you know the place, and you know the time of year that means live racing at Oaklawn is coming. If your Oaklawn is playing favorites, letting it ride on long shots, or just soaking up the vibes of race day, it's time to make your plans and discover your Oaklawn. Live racing starts Friday, December 6th. Reserve seats, rooms in our hotel, or a spot in your favorite Oaklawn restaurant at oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Ready or not, it is tax season. But luckily, H&R Block is here. Whether you need expert help with your taxes or simply have a question or two, your neighborhood H&R Block is here for you. Taxes are hard, but filing with H&R Block is easy. Walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. Put 70 years of tax expertise to work for you. Get those taxes squared away today at H&R Block.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit GoPaschal.com today to schedule your service. Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric. Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and McDonald Eye Associates is my one-stop for any vision need. The progressives they have me in are a game changer, and my new sunglasses are going to be great for baseball season. McDonald Eye was the first practice in the state to perform LASIK, and they have the most experience. They also have the new vision correction options for all ages, including cataract and clear lens replacement to see your best from all distances. For your best vision, McDonald Eye is the place to go.
We were 0-5. They put us all in the coffin. They just didn't put the nails in.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Are you stuck in a paper jam of printer prices? Paper cuts from budget cuts? Don't throw in the towel. Call Dixie Digital Imaging and dive into our new and used inventory blowout. We're slashing prices on top-of-the-line Xerox, Brother, and Epson printers and multifunction devices, gently used or brand new models that are tired of being in our warehouse. Don't miss out on these deals. Call 479-783-6600 for more details. Quantities and availability are limited. Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
Since 1992, the Inn at the Mill has welcomed guests to experience the most unique place to stay when visiting Northwest Arkansas. Centrally located at the Johnson exit off I-49, the Inn at the Mill has established a rich tradition of comfort, convenience, and value. Whether it's the big game, business travel, a trip to Crystal Bridges, or a weekend getaway that brings you to Northwest Arkansas, the Inn at the Mill has a spacious room with ample space to spread out. And when I'm there on business, I appreciate the fast, free internet to keep me connected to work and the laid-back European-style breakfast to start the day. Experience unique and different at the Inn at the Mill, just off I-49 at the Johnson exit. Call 479-443-1800 to make your reservation. That's 479-443-1800 or visit innatthemill.com. The Inn at the Mill, where the past meets the present.
The Newmeyer family is a mainstay in Fort Smith, and their newest restaurant, the Whippoorwill, has so much to offer. Friday night catfish, good. Tuesday nights, kids 10 and under eat free with an adult meal purchase. Don't forget about Whippoorwill for every Hogs game with their massive projection screen. For catering options, call 479-769-2095. Newmeyer's Whippoorwill Restaurant, now a part of the Newmeyer family.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
We're going to have to get used to the fact that the country's going to watch Arkansas play, and they're going to talk about Arkansas when the game's over. Eyeballs are going to be watching. Have you seen the numbers? Have you seen the numbers? They've been astronomical numbers.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I mentioned having a side point earlier when Bart was making his point, and I've tried to do a better job of not interrupting Bart mid-point because it becomes very frustrating for him when he tries to hold it together.
I got to work on that,
and I get that. Yeah, I know. I'm bad about it.
I know. I know you have to work on it.
The side point. Please be patient. God is not finished with me yet. I wrote that hundreds of times on a chalkboard in school.
Were
The
you
small
made to write
Christian
it?
school
Were
that I
you
went
made
to.
to write it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
write
For
sentences.
cutting up in class?
Yeah. Well, that and other things.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Let's not get into my elementary career. It was pretty bad.
His elementary school career
That was back when
radio.
capital punishment was still enforced.
Corporal punishment. Whoa! It felt like capital punishment, but actually corporal punishment.
Yeah, it was close. Oh,
You could still wrap a kid's knuckles with a ruler, and nobody said anything.
Yeah. Well, I got the paddle. Anyhow, wow, I got to recover from this. Speaking of side points and interruptions, you mentioned Cal having a propensity for getting guys to the NBA, all the millions of dollars, the second, third contracts, all that's in his portfolio when he's recruiting, when he's in the transfer portal. How many guys on this roster from this year fit that bill?
Like, how many of these guys
that this past year that just went to the Sweet
will
16
play in the NBA?
Right. Or like for any period of time or get a second contract?
Boogie, Carter Knox.
I mean, my point is, I'm kind of asking, but I'm making a point that, and we've talked about how we thought this would be his worst year, but this isn't anywhere near some of his better rosters.
Oh, no.
In his career.
No.
I mean, it's not even close. Like, I would, and nothing against these guys. I mean, I had some really good players, and you know, I don't know, maybe they'll go on, and a few of them, and have really long NBA careers, but it just doesn't feel like that Cal caliber roster.
Well, it's coming. It's coming.
Well, to the point of it's probably going to be the worst year, at least from a talent standpoint, that they have here. But we're also in this critical zone right now of, like, who's he going to have next year? Who are the guys going to be? Is Nate Ament coming? Is he going to Duke? Are these transfer guys that have been identified by people who are covering the portal? Is he going to get who he wants there? I mean, last year he got the #1 player in the portal, Nelly. Is Nelly an NBA? Like what can Nelly do in the NBA? Can he play? Does he have a career, a future in the NBA?
I mean, I think he's one of those guys who's going to have to fight for a spot.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and work in the G League, and it might be a two-way guy.
And you know, like, I'm not saying these guys can't. I don't know. Brazil might spend some time in the NBA. You know, the guys you mentioned.
Thero's the guy I forgot. Thero, I think, will probably be a good player.
I'm interested to see what he does. I'm interested to see if he goes to the draft. Or if he comes. By the way, some of these guys that are listed in the portal, like you were talking about it, like Tyrone Riley plays for a bad San Francisco team, averages 9.6 rebounds, and he's going to be a millionaire.
Yeah, I mean, it's remarkable.
Michigan, Florida, Indiana, others at Texas Tech.
It's these mid-majors. We've talked about this. Their entire starting lineups are in the portal.
Chuck and Bo Show, almost 8 o'clock. Good morning.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweating 'em Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatingthemcosmetic.com and click on the Sweating 'em Edge.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. And every Wednesday is Wine Down Wednesday. 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. But when it comes to selection, amazing prices, and unbeatable customer service, Macadoodles and Guess Who in Bentonville is second to none. Wine, beer, and spirits. Stock up for your next party, or just stop by and grab your favorite. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Save Sports Radio.
Since 1992, the Inn at the Mill has welcomed guests to experience the most unique place to stay when visiting Northwest Arkansas. Centrally located at the Johnson exit off I-49, the Inn at the Mill has established a rich tradition of comfort, convenience, and value. Whether it's the big game, business travel, a trip to Crystal Bridges, or a weekend getaway that brings you to Northwest Arkansas, the Inn at the Mill has a spacious room with ample space to spread out. And when I'm there on business, I appreciate the fast, free internet to keep me connected to work, and the laid-back European-style breakfast to start the day. Experience unique and different at the Inn at the Mill, just off I-49 at the Johnson exit. Call 479-443-1800 to make your reservation. That's 479-443-1800 or visit inatthemill.com. The Inn at the Mill, where the past meets the present.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
A particularly dangerous flooding situation setting up today through Sunday. We could see anywhere from 6 to 10 inches of rain. Some folks could see up to 15. So showers will increase and intent will be in the 60s today. Showers and storms with very heavy downpours tonight. We drop into the 50s. I'm Sally Russell with the forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Colorworks. Whether it's the weather or just life, call Andy at Colorworks Paint and Body for all your auto body repairs. Big or small, old or new, they are the choice for auto body repair.
It's not just the flavors that keep you coming back to the House of Webster. It's a tradition. For over 90 years, our family-owned company has been making jams, jellies, salsas, barbecue sauce, and many more treats that make your meals come to life. From the first jar to the last spoonful, you'll taste the quality in every bite. Please visit our gift shop located at 1013 North 2nd Street, downtown Rogers. We want you to sample the great taste of life. Visit us at houseofwebster.com. House of Webster. See you soon.
Delicious jams and jellies. KERX Paris Fort Smith. You're listening to ESPN 95.3.
Touchdown, Arkansas! How did he get that wide open?
Michelle Smallman here. Do you want to be at the draft in Green Bay, Wisconsin? Travel Wisconsin is sending 10 lucky fans and a guest to the draft. Experience the thrill of the draft firsthand and make memories that will last a lifetime. Don't wait. Enter Travel Wisconsin's Dream Draft Sweepstakes. Visit travelwisconsin.com/draft to learn how you can win a trip to experience the biggest moment of the offseason. Epic moments that become lifelong memories are waiting to be discovered across Wisconsin. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
By the way, total random story here. We have a random giant truck in our parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if somebody ran out of gas and obnoxiously parked. Like, it's not pulled into a space, it's pulled across 3 spaces.
Right. I got here this morning. I thought you got a new truck.
Yeah. Those pole vaulting skills went up over the weekend.
Right.
Yeah, he's been working on that. He's got another foot in him. That pole vaulting experience getting into the vehicle was really something.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, let's turn on the Chuck and Bo Show.
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still happy.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
A couple of bald guys doing it with faces for radio. Doing a show now for 6 months, Chuck. We've been at this for 6 months.
Right?
Oh, yeah. It's a little over 6 months, to tell you the truth. Can you believe that?
We started on August 26th.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that part.
Yeah, we did the fourth quarter of 2024. Now we've done the first quarter.
Because my arm was in a sling from shoulder
How's
surgery.
your shoulder? Right? You know, I should ask
it's
more.
better. It's better.
Yeah. You going to play golf this year?
I'm
You gonna
swinging
make
it
it
a little
back?
bit.
Yeah.
I don't think I could play more than 4 or 5 holes right now, but I could do that.
We got the
Hopefully
putting
by
green.
the end of the summer. everything
Quentin
will be-
put the putting green up yesterday.
Oh,
in the,
really?
Oh, he did?
in
I
the,
didn't know that.
in
What
the
are we doing in
conference room.
here?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
How come
I'll
it's
tell
not?
you,
We need to bring it in here.
Well, I mean, we're
Where?
Conference room.
we got to finish this thing out. Like, remember when we were going to have this studio built in a month?
Yeah.
And here we are. It's like a kitchen remodel.
Yeah, that was kind of
Yeah.
ambitious.
Yeah. Well, things happened.
We do have the last piece of equipment on the way, by the way.
Oh, it's now ready?
Yeah, it's being shipped.
In transit.
Yeah, we had a special piece of equipment from the 80s that we wanted to keep, and they had to refurbish it. And they're sending it in. But I mentioned being bald. Alex Caruso has joined the club.
I just want to tell you how proud I am of you embracing this life, the bald lifestyle.
Yeah.
There was a time when there was a question mark, but you've gone full-on bald guy, and I hope you feel liberated and happy.
I'm the freest I've ever been, Scott.
Yeah, it's Scott Van Pelt.
Scott Van Pelt
now if he
finally
could just
ditched his toupee. From
Now,
years back.
now if he could just convert Feinbaum.
Shave those sides down.
Yeah, he's got the Friar Tuck look working there. And
I'll tell you what, if Feinbaum will go a week bald, I'll go a week with the Feinbaum look.
It's
Who would look worse?
Michael Jordan started all this. He's the one that was the first one that shaved his head.
Yeah.
And look, it's kind of like anything else. Some people can pull it off, and some people can't. You know, some people look like, you know, the uncle on the Addams Family, and others look good. And it's just one of those things.
Are you saying we look good?
I'm saying you look better than I do.
Oh, wow.
You know.
Hey.
But see, here's the deal, and you know this, Bo, I think. When you go bald in your 30s, it sucks because your friends aren't bald yet.
What about your 20s?
Well, 20s are bad too. That's
That
when mine
was me.
started going.
Yeah.
But by the time you get into your 40s and 50s, all your friends are bald too. So it doesn't really matter anymore. And if you wear it well, and if you've carried it well over the years, you can work it to your advantage. But when you're young and it happens early, that's no fun.
Wow, look at that. Look at that right there. Yeah, that's the Adams
What?
uncle.
Uncle
I'm
Fester.
looking at the feed. You can't see it.
Yeah.
Uncle Fester.
Bart,
Uncle Fester, that's it.
okay, we need an update on the bracket contest. We haven't talked about this in really some
Are you
time.
winning?
Because
No.
I think that's why we haven't talked about it.
Okay.
Because Bart,
No, well,
last
I'm-
check was
I'm
like
happy.
150th.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Oh, this is that the Situation Room music we decided on?
I think so.
Yeah, live in the Situation
gotta have
Room.
that stinger
Here,
on
yeah,
there at the end.
maybe just get that part.
Yeah.
Okay, Bart, where are we in the bracket competition as we head into the Final Four with all these number one seeds?
Yeah, well, and look, that's the problem, right? Is that I'm not ever going to pick all 4 number 1 seeds to make it. To
Well,
the
yeah,
Final
you
Four.
gave us all the keys.
I'm just not ever going to do
go.
it.
Hold on.
This is an unusual year.
All right.
This is only the second time ever that this has happened.
Here we go, Chuck.
All right, I'm ready.
You know what this is right here?
Yeah.
This is Bart leading into the NCAA tournament with his bracket advice to the rookies, to the bracket for dummies.
Guys like you and me.
I already know I'm going to hate
how
this.
to fill out your bracket. Number 1, beware of the SEC. Number 2, don't be afraid to pick an upset.
Well, you got
How'd
to
that
give
work out for you?
context.
Number 3,
You got to give the context.
number 3, knock out a 2-seed early.
Yeah, that's
St. John's. St. John's.
Yeah.
Get you some of that.
Number 4.
I said yeah.
Beware of
Get
the
you some
11
of that.
seeds. Beware of the 11 seeds.
Yeah.
Number 5. Keep an eye on the 8-9 seeds. I'm not sure what that was for.
Well,
To
yeah,
knock off a number one.
you're not giving context to any of this.
Well, I mean, that's just what I wrote down. I mean,
You took very poor notes.
I was
then.
feverishly trying to keep up. This is as good as I could do.
See, I think there's only one piece of advice that applies in this era of college basketball.
Oh.
Go chalk. Go chalk. That is
Edward
the
has
advice.
it.
Edward
has it
almost
typed
fell.
out. He was in a hurry.
I lost my headphones.
Well, he tripped.
Oh, yeah.
Pulled out some
Yeah,
cords. And,
yeah.
I mean,
Ripped
he was
Bart's
in a-
headset off.
Okay, here it is.
I'm sorry, Bart.
But you move like a cat, Edward.
Keep an eye on the
I was
8-9
moving with
seeds.
urgency.
Here it is. Keep an eye on the 8-9 seeds. On average, they upset a 1 seed every other year. It didn't happen last year, so it's going to happen this year.
Did it?
Nope.
Chalk, and more chalk.
Number 6, avoid teams that get a high percentage of their points from threes. Historically, a very small percentage of them advance to the second weekend. I don't know.
This is from a man who finishes.
I'm still trying to be able to hear you. Hang on.
This is from a guy who's trying to crack the top 150.
7, pick teams that have played well since February 1 to win. In the last 14 years, 91% of the Sweet 16 teams, 93% of the Elite 8 teams, 95% of the Final Four teams have been ranked in the top 50 since the start of February. And then the last one, the champion will rank in the top 15 in offensive or defensive efficiency. That's been true each of the past 10 seasons. Well, that's not bad bracket advice. I think the upset part's what. The upset part is what got 'em.
And all the good
That's what
teams
ruined my
have those
bracket.
kinds of numbers.
Everybody feels like
you
they
know.
got to pick upsets. And
I think those days are over.
That didn't work this year.
Those days are over.
Here's Seth Greenberg on the 4 teams left being top seeds.
To me, each one of these teams has been number 1 this year. No, I don't think there's an underdog. I mean, like, here's the deal. There is no sleeper in this Final Four. I mean, like, to me, it's good on good, man. I mean, this is the way you want. We can talk about Cinderella all we want. I want to see good on good. I want to see the best teams, their body of work during the course of the season. I want to see the best teams going at it. Different styles of basketball. There's no doubt about it. Great storylines. I mean, as a coach, as a guy that loves watching good ball, man, this is an incredible Final Four.
Bart?
I do want to say, just in my defense, I picked correctly every single Elite 8 team.
No one's knocking your ability
I
to
had
pick.
all 8 of them. I had all 8 of them. I just, unfortunately.
And that's because you went chalk.
I unfortunately only picked one of those 4 games correctly, however. That said, my national champion is still alive.
And
that's
is
what matters. Florida.
Duke's going to win it all.
Houston.
I don't think Duke is going to win it all.
Who do you think is going to win it all?
Florida.
You still think Florida's going to win it all?
I'm still going with Florida.
Well,
Walter Clayton.
You and I picked Florida.
I think that's the difference.
Whoever wins Duke Houston will win the
And a lot of people think that. But here's the thing. Couple of things Seth Greenberg said there. There's not an underdog. There's not a favorite. I mean, there's a betting favorite. Duke's the betting favorite. But I don't know that anyone looks at the Final Four at this point with any degree of certainty about what's going to happen. But here's the thing that he said that I agree with. Good on good. I want to see the best teams play the best teams. I know Cinderella stories are fun. The vast majority of the time in the last game that Cinderella plays, she gets her butt kicked. I mean, that's generally what happens. The run ends, and you know, we thought, oh, what a great run from George Mason, blah, blah, blah. I want to see the great teams play the great teams. We've been talking about spring football practice. The only time it's interesting is when you have good on good. That's what people want to see. And I'm glad the Final Four is going chalk. I hope it stays chalk over the years. I don't care about a 12 seed beating a 5 and getting to the regional final and losing by 20. I want to see the good teams, the guys with a body of work like Seth Greenberg was talking about. I want to see them play each other at the end of the year. I don't care about Cinderella's March. That's a media creation. I think media people like it. Fans who are not college basketball aficionados like it because it's a good story. It brings in a wider swath of audience, so CBS loves it, but it doesn't produce the best Final Four.
Well, we got big brands, great teams playing each other.
That's right.
That's going to be
Great
good
ratings are going to be through the roof.
Yes, they'll be huge.
So you got Florida. Chuck and I have Florida. Edwards got
the winner of Duke and Houston.
Winner of Duke and Houston. I think it's going to be Houston.
You know, I thought that too, and then I heard, the professionals talking about the game.
Houston's
like
lost one game in regulation.
You know what Jay Billis said about Houston's chances against Duke? Pray.
Well, that's Jay Billis.
Yeah,
but Houston
is very, very good.
No kidding.
I don't think
They're
Houston
all
can
very
score
good.
enough points to beat Duke.
They're all
think
very
they
That's what they
can.
said in the Gonzaga game.
I understand, but this is not Gonzaga.
the
Right.
analysis-
The difference with this Houston team versus the teams of the past is they can really shoot it from deep. They're one
really
of the
good
best 3-point shooting teams in the country. And so, like, they can make some shots, and if they get in a situation where they have to score some points, they have the ability to do that. Whereas past teams at Houston under Kelvin Sampson have not had that same shooting ability and have really struggled.
So the analysis, and I'm just going to paraphrase, I don't remember all of it, was basically that Duke is built to withstand Houston's defense. And the way that Houston wants to come at you defensively, they're not going to be able to come at Duke in that way. So
I think
that's very
Tyrese-
elementary. But give me what Houston's advantage over Duke is if you feel that way. Like what? Like you just gave me, they can shoot. Well, okay.
They're a better shooting team than Duke.
Do they have the size?
No, so Duke's going to have a size advantage with Malawak down low. I mean, he's a giant. But like if you like Kelvin Sampson, I trust his coaching ability. He's going to have a game plan for how they want to handle him, how they want to deal with it. I think
they've fallen for the Kelvin Sampson.
I think
narrative.
that
like basketball savant.
Tyrese Proctor, I think, is going to have to play the best game of his career for Duke to win the game. I don't think it's about Cooper Flagg. I don't think it's about Con Knippel.
He's the point guard?
He's the point guard.
Yeah.
And he's been playing very, very well. But I think Houston is going to attack him and force him to, try to get him to make mistakes, turn the ball over. And if they do that, if they force him to have a bad game, then I think Houston's going to win.
Well, we went deep there.
Well, I can't compete with all this coach speak, but and so I'm not going to try. But that Con Knippel guy, I mean, seriously, he's the pastiest guy out there. But if he gets you down on the block, he's going to bank the shot. He's going to make the shot. I was watching them the other day. I'm like, who's this guy? And then he's out there playing. Duke will beat Houston. Florida will beat Auburn. And then we'll watch an epic national championship game.
What to watch brought to you by Macadoodle. So we got baseball, we hope, this weekend. We're not sure.
Yep.
Because of the weather. And then with Final Four starts at what time? On Saturday.
5:09.
Is it on CBS or do they got it
no,
over
it's
on like
CBS.
one of these channels they're trying to help out?
You can't be watching Impractical Jokers.
You'll be able to watch Impractical Jokers and basketball at the same time.
Not going to be doing
Have
that.
Have they shelved Impractical Jokers from the accusations?
Not yet, but
No.
it's probably happening.
Okay, well, what to watch brought to you by Macadoodles is the Final Four on Saturday. Well, anything else going on? Then Monday's the championship game.
Right.
And it's going to start earlier this year. It's
Oh,
going to
will it?
start early. So they're starting at 7:30 as
my.
opposed to 8:20. And
That's a win for the people. That's a
Chuck and
win
Bo
for
show.
America.
No, you're right.
A win for the Chuck and Bo Show.
That's the biggest win.
If you're having a Final Four party or get together, Macadoodles, just north of the state line, is the place to go. Or Guess Who in Bentonville for the best assortment of beer, wine, and spirits and a level of service that is completely unmatched. They're going to take care of you, answer any questions you have, walk you around the store, help you pick out whatever it is that you are making with that new recipe, that new Final Four punch that you want to have, that little cocktail punch you want to have, whatever it is, different kind of margarita. They've got a great assortment, competitive pricing, and again, unmatched customer service. Yesterday was Wednesday. It's Wine Down Wednesday. Every Wednesday, 15% off every bottle of wine in the store. And every day, 7 days a week, they've got wine tasting from open to close. And Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they've got a tasting bar so you can try different spirits if you want to. 2 locations. Macadoodle's just north of Bella Vista, north of the state line, and at Guess Who in Bentonville. Jimmy Dykes will join us at the bottom of the hour. A little bit later, he'll tell us what he thinks about these Final Four matchups coming up. 877-377-6963. If you've got thoughts and want to get in here, it's the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
That's the actual question. What the hell's going on around here?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The
doors are open, and it's a new era of elegance. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry has unveiled its stunningly redesigned 8,500 square foot showroom for an unmatched luxury experience. There's breathtaking jewelry, of course, expert service, and private viewing rooms designed for comfort. And they've got an in-house cafe with handcrafted coffee to go along with a special coffee table book celebrating Arkansas's heritage. Because it's more than jewelry. It's your story at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry.
We care a lot about supporting Arkansas businesses here on the Chuck and Bo Show, and we both like keeping our rides looking good. Splash Car Wash just became our new neighbors here in Fayetteville. They're a locally owned Arkansas business, and they've been serving the state since 1989. They're good folks, and you can get a free car wash by texting Splash Arkansas to 22322. That's Splash Arkansas to 22322.
Ready or not, it is tax season. But luckily, H&R Block is here. Whether you need expert help with your taxes or simply have a question or two, your neighborhood H&R Block is here for you. Taxes are hard, but filing with H&R Block is easy. Walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. Put 70 years of tax expertise to work for you. Get those taxes squared away today at H&R Block.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
When is the last time you thought, oh, the SEC's making an announcement today, and it's going to be good for the Hogs?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because our Kansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call Randy Milam in Alma or Brandon Zimmerman in Barley.
April showers bring May flowers, which brings, June heat. Remember the June heat with the air you can wear? Mike Blaylock with Blaylock Heating and Air Conditioning. We offer the highest efficiency home comfort system on the market today with the York Affinity Series. So for all your high efficiency heating and cooling needs, plumbing and drain cleaning, get a red truck rolling your way today. That's Blaylock Heating and Air Conditioning in York. Give us a call at 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
All right, Chuck, let's get to the important stuff. Did you go out last night?
No, I did the daytime thing yesterday. I don't know why you guys are fixated on this nighttime deal when we got a 6 a.m. show. I'm a daytime guy.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You think I was in a bad mood that morning?
Well,
I think I was a little
that
tired.
was a distant second to when we got into the penal conversation. that was a distant second.
Yeah.
I mean, you were just beside yourself.
Yeah, you guys
you
were
are the
idiotic.
biggest group of morons. And have the laziest use of the English
it's like
language.
working with a bunch of 12-year-olds.
I mean, my gosh.
Penal.
And then all the
I said
snickers
penalized,
started.
and you said it's
It was like
penalized.
Beavis and
wow,
Butthead.
I
You
mean,
got, you said penal. And it was like, oh, you guys just went nuts.
Yeah. I mean, look, nobody has said more, had more wrong usages of a word than me in the 6 months of doing this show together.
Don't sell yourself.
I mean, it has been remarkable. Remarkable. I did it again today. Called it capital punishment.
Yeah.
Which is a very different thing.
I said I got capital punishment in back in elementary school. And it was corporal.
You would not be here with us today.
Yeah. By the way, where's Clay? Wasn't he supposed to be on the show yesterday?
What happened?
Was he? I thought Clay was here on Wednesdays. And I got carried away with a guy using a jackhammer outside in the middle of College Avenue. And but today I was wondering, where's Clay? And then I just got a text from Clay. He's also wondering where he is.
Yeah. Well.
You know, Clay.
Something happened.
Clay wrote an amazing column on Cam Kojul, the first baseman for the Razorbacks. By the way, Cam has played shortstop his whole life. He played football all the way through his senior year in high school. Quarterback, linebacker, safety. Loved hitting as a linebacker. And went to Vanderbilt his freshman year, transferred here. He's from Nebraska. Great story, great interview. Because of Clay, Clay's like, this guy's unbelievable. We went and did a hog pot on him yesterday. And Sawyer, if you're listening, we need to start the open with that. That were it not for Clay Henry, we would even know about this amazing
Well, he's the
story.
puppet master. He's the puppet master.
Well, he's like the Don King.
Yeah.
Like he pulls, he finds the story. Clay finds the nugget where you didn't know it was there. And I've said for years, the fact that Clay's not the featured statewide columnist for everyone to wake up to with a cup of coffee every day, it's a crime. It's a shame, and our state has missed it. Clay Henry's an amenity. I'm not even kidding, to our state. And for us to just not even know when he's coming on. I need to know on Mondays. I need to know on Mondays when he's coming on. When I wake up on Sunday afternoon, I want to know when we have Clay that week.
By God.
And I want to know what we're talking about, because we can't be doing all this hee-haw stuff when we got a Hall of Famer at our fingertips. And look, Chuck and I have just decided we're going to talk about some of this stuff on the air. We don't have time for meetings. We
just hash it out on the air.
And so we're all right here, so we're just going to talk about some of this
it's
stuff.
like I've been meaning to mention this fishing trip for a week, 2 weeks. I've known about it for a month. I didn't remember it until we were on the air today.
Does Clay know that you're an angler? Because Clay, to me, has told me a different story.
Clay
about
took me fishing one time, and but it was a bad day. It was cold. It was windy. It was excruciating. I'm not going to lie to you. It was a horrible day, and
it was. He's out on a boat, out on a trout boat, with a guide, and there's no escaping it, and he's just zooming up and down the White River.
It's like 45 degrees. The wind's blowing. We're standing in the water. Now you tell me how that's fun.
Oh, it was in the water. Clay told me
It's not fun at all.
Well, we got on the boat later.
Clay told me that Chuck was windburned so bad. It looked like he'd been on summer vacation in Cancun without sunscreen for a week.
The sun came out a little bit later, and that was unanticipated when we were on the boat. And so, yeah, there was an issue there. Clay is embellishing the story. But when he says Chuck was miserable, that is not an embellishment. Chuck was miserable that day. It was awful.
Hey, listen.
But it was the thought that counted. And Clay was kind enough to invite me. And I mysteriously, he's never invited me back. But that's, I have noticed.
So speaking of fishing, I'm sure here's what Clay did. He after the story that he did with Cam, apparently he went on PR alert, went into PR alert mode. So Cam Kojul does this interview with us yesterday for the Hog Pod, and then turns around. If I'm lying, I'm dying. Did a 15-minute interview with a fly fishing magazine.
Wow.
That's got to be like a record. Like, tell me a Razorback who's done that.
Clay roots
besides
that.
maybe Frank Ragnow, who has his own outdoor brand.
Clay roots out all that stuff that others don't. And it generally, if you've got an outdoor gene in you, Clay finds it. And that's what he goes for. That's what he goes for. Oh, I know he's hitting 500. I know he's hit 15 home runs in his last 18 at bats. But did you see that brown trout?
Hey, that Cam Kojal fishes out there every day at Baum Stadium.
Good for him.
Lake Norm.
He's living his best life. That's what they ought to be doing.
He
right
said it
now.
just calms him. It's just peaceful, whatever. Gave me the tour yesterday. There's a goose out there sitting on 6 eggs. He's named the goose. And he's like, that's her husband. He has a name for the other goose. I mean, it's remarkable.
Well, now, don't give away your entire interview.
Well, there's a lot more to that. There's a lot more to it. Hey, it's Thursday, and today's a big day at Paschal.
It is a big day.
If you're an AC tech, plumber, or electrician, Paschal's looking to add to their team, and they've got a hiring day happening today. The Paschal's technician hiring event is from 3 to 7 today. Your chance to work for the best home services contractor in Arkansas. Tour their state-of-the-art facility, meet directly with department managers. You might even walk away on the spot with a job offer. If you're ready to take your career to the next level, don't miss the opportunity. Join Paschal today from 3 to 7, 280 North Maestri Road in Springdale, or just log on to their website for more details. GoPaschal.com, GoPaschal.com. And while you're there, you can talk some baseball. They got a bunch of former Razorback baseball players working
they got
there.
An all-star
led by,
team out there.
Yeah, and led by Charlie Boyce, a legend pitcher at Arkansas. All right, Jimmy Dykes coming up next, 8:29. Good morning.
Bo, you said something interesting. I don't think you meant to, but when you talked about Phil's...
The Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and McDonald Eye Associates is my one-stop for any vision need. The progressives they have me in are a game changer, and my new sunglasses are going to be great for baseball season. McDonald Eye was the first practice in the state to perform LASIK, and they have the most experience. They also have the new vision correction options for all ages, including cataract and clear lens replacement to see your best from all distances. For your best vision, McDonald Eye is the place to go.
Yeah, does Chuck sleep that much? Because it just sometimes...
He's old, so when you get old, you don't really sleep as much.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously on Halftime.
Playing golf and drinking beer go together better than playing baseball and drinking beer. It's softball that's the sport that we always hear is the quote-unquote beer league. You saw kegs at softball games? You see big cases of beer at the softball games? I played in a few of them. I don't remember seeing all of those. Cricket is what they play in Ireland. Have you ever watched any cricket?
I have not. Listen to Halftime, weekdays from 11 to 2, only on ESPN 95.3.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call Randy Milam in Alma or Brandon Zimmerman in Barley.
April showers bring May flowers, which brings June heat. Remember the June heat with the air you can wear? Mike Blaylock with Blaylock Heating and Air Conditioning. We offer the highest efficiency home comfort system on the market today with the York Affinity Series. So for all your high efficiency heating and cooling needs, plumbing and drain cleaning, get a red truck rolling your way today. That's Blaylock Heating and Air Conditioning in York. Give us a call at 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics.
Now 17 years in the industry.
What all y'all service here at Jazzco?
We do food trucks, cars. We do custom banners, signs for big and small businesses. We do logos, stickers, you name it, we just about do it all right here at Jazzco. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Have you heard? TGI Fridays is having happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 till 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. to close with half-price drinks and $5 select appetizers, including potato skin, spinach dip, pot stickers, and much more. Plus, you can get in on 50-cent Wing Monday from 5 p.m. to close. And karaoke on Tuesdays and Thursdays starting at 8 p.m. It's all at TGI Fridays, I-540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
Hey, Ty Richardson for A Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. They service commercial and residential lawns for weed management and fertilization for a lush, healthy lawn. Need bush hogging? They do that too. A Cut Above also offers tree and limb removal. Don't forget hauling and dumpster rental as well. More than just a mowing service, they're A Cut Above. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. Lawn, landscaping, power washing, stump grinding, leaf removal, mulching, flea tick, and mosquito control. 719-5605.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
People make opinions, and I'm like, did you think about it? Did you actually think about it? Or did you repeat something that you heard on aisle 7 while you were eating a bag of chips in the grocery store?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Our friend Jimmy Dykes, ESPN college basketball analyst, joining us on the Chuck and Bo Show as we get ready for the Final Four, and we're in the middle of portal season, and what rosters are going to look like next year. Jimmy, good morning. How are you? Where do we find you today?
Hey guys, I'm here in Arkansas. Just
yes,
hanging out, getting ready to head back to Knoxville this weekend and watch the Final Four, and waking up to the news that the stocks are plunging. Stocks are plunging.
Yeah.
That's the headlines that I woke up to this morning, Chuck.
Full-service morning show. Thank
Jimmy
you for
and I
that.
are of the age where our retirement income's on the line right now. So
yeah.
No
we're
doubt.
watching it.
Yeah. Well, if you're looking for a construction update on College Avenue, we did that yesterday, so you're going to have to go back and listen to the podcast. But they had a jackhammer going full speed during the show yesterday. I went out there and asked them if they could stop till 9, and they said no. But they are putting a new water and sewer line in, so you got stocks plunging, and we've got that kind of thing going on. We've got the bases covered. That's what's happening in your neck of the woods. Jimmy, Arkansas in the portal. I kind of want to get your thoughts on year one for Cal and where you think maybe it's going from here.
Well, Bo, I think he did. I think I've told you before. I think it's one of his better coaching jobs of John Calipari's career. It's very difficult in a league like the SEC, and you guys watched this year as close as I did, to start off on 0-5, 1-6, and to turn it around. That's incredibly hard. With they got down to 7 scholarship guys at one point, and only Hall of Fame coaches that have been through a lot of stuff in their career can dig their way out of it like he did. And I think it was a very, very good first year for Coach Cal. And I think the Arkansas fan base at one point was maybe close to pushing the panic button, maybe in early January, and I think there's a big sense of relief. We got the right guy, and within 4 or 5 years, we're probably going to have a chance to win a national title. I think that's legit expectations and belief in that program now, and we'll all wait and see what everybody's roster looks like here in the next 30 days, 45 days, until we start looking at projecting next year. But I think Coach Cal's really happy. I think he's revitalized. I think he's very confident in what he's doing here, and I think that's all good news for Arkansas fans.
I wonder about the overall talent level. It was really good this year. You've followed Cal a long time. He's had teams with an even greater amount of talent than this one had. And I wonder moving forward, like, for example, next year, coming out of this portal, this class, I suspect we're going to see a real elevation. As good as it was this year, we're going to see a real elevation in the talent level next year.
Yeah, Chuck, I agree. I think his talent level was good, SEC standard, not great. And I think next year it's going to be a lot closer to top level, like the Auburns and the Floridas that we see right now that are still playing. And I mean, it's not breaking news at the end of the day, man. You better have better players than the other team most nights, because guys at this level, they can all coach. You know, there's not guys anymore in this league that you can circle and say, if I can outcoach this guy on a given night. That's just not going to happen. I mean, there's not one out there in this league that you can think that. So you're going to have elite level talent, I think, going forward to finish in the top 3 or 4 in the SEC, which ultimately makes you a legit Final Four contender. So, and we all know this about Cal. He's going to have as good a players as anybody out there given time to get it done. You know, he was like everybody in their first year. When you get hired, man, you're up against it. You're making quick decisions at a rapid pace. You're speed dating in the portal, and if you have a little bit more time to make those evaluations like Cal and his staff has right now, I think that talent next year is going to look a step or 2 or 3 above what he had this year.
We got these, what I think are great matchups of 4 of the best teams in the country, not just because they made it this far, but they've been that all year, Jimmy. Do you have a favorite among these 4 teams to win it all?
There's not one, Bo. There's not a favorite. I would give a 25% chance to all 4 of them. I think you can make a strong case for why Florida, why Auburn, Duke, and Houston are going to win. I think you'd be spot on in your analysis because all 4 teams are so good at how they play, what they do. They're very well coached. They're coached different styles. I don't see a favorite at all. When the bracket was released on Sunday night, I had Florida and Tennessee playing for the national championship. Obviously, that's not going to happen. But my eyes still tell me Florida is really, really good. You know, they've already beaten Auburn once this year on Auburn's home floor. I don't know how much you can take out of that game because teams change going forward. But then I watched last weekend, and I thought at times Houston's the best team in the tournament just because of how physical they are, how jarring their defense is, how good they are at tapping the ball out and keeping alive on the offensive glass. And now you have the nation's best defense, and it's one of the nation's best defense in Ken Pom era in Houston. That also has 3 guys that are shooting over 40% from the three-point line. And talking to Rick Barnes yesterday, he backed all that up. He said, we didn't play our best, but Houston had a lot to do with it. It's just it's shocking at times what you're going up against defensively against them. And then we know with Duke, it's probably the biggest Final Four team we've seen in a long, long time. Their starting lineups between 6'5" and 7 feet, and that causes a lot of problems. And they have the most gifted offensive player in the game for sure in Cooper Flagg. So with all that being said, Auburn has the one guy that nobody else has. His name is Janai Broome, but we don't know how healthy he is. I think there's still some concerns about that right arm and how effective it's going to be. Although he's left-handed, you got to play the game with 2 hands. So I think we're headed for 2 great semifinal games. I really do.
Jimmy, I don't know about you. I've not missed Cinderella. I know there's been a lot of talk about there not being a Cinderella, that it being basically a chalk tournament. We played a cut a little earlier from Seth Greenberg where he said, I want to see good on good. What's your thought on the fact you got 4 number ones in the Final Four?
I'm all on board with that as well. I think there was, and it played out that way, Chuck. I think there was some drop-off this year between the 1s and the 2 seeds, and it obviously dropped off after that. And the 4 number ones are there, so you're getting you're getting the best from the most powerful conference in college basketball in history. 2 teams out of that league, the team that has dominated the Big 12 the last 2 years in Houston, and a Duke team that a lot of folks say are the best team out there. So I just think it makes for great TV. I get caught up with everybody else, the first-round games, the second-round games when maybe a 12 seed knocks off somebody, and we all find out there's a guy named Ali Faroukmanesh that plays for someone, and that's really cool for a couple of weeks. I think at the end of the day, what we want to see is the teams that have proven themselves all year long to withstand those first 4 games of the tournament, and then you got the clash of titans like we had this weekend in San Antonio. So I think it's going to be one of the most watched tournaments in a long time this weekend, those 2 semifinal games, because of it.
Jimmy Dykes, ESPN college basketball analyst. Were you surprised to see Buzz Williams leave A&M and go to Maryland?
In one sense, yes, because that's kind of it wasn't a natural fit to begin with, because I know the roots of Buzz. I know how he's wired. I know what his values are. But then when you stop and think about it, he's at Virginia Tech for, 4, 5, 6 years, whatever it was. So he understands the recruiting up in that part of the country. He's a guy that I think loves challenges of rebuilds of programs like he's done at Marquette, Virginia Tech, Texas A&M. And I think there's a side and an edge to Buzz that he can wear his welcome out a little bit where he's at, and I think he has a feel for that. Maybe it's time for a newness in his life as well. So I think it's a great hire for Maryland, and I think A&M now is a spot where they have to step up and have a terrific hire. It doesn't have to be a big name hire, but it has to be the right hire, because as we know in this league, if not, you're going to get chewed up. You get chewed up really quick. And A&M's got the money, they got the fan base, they've got the resources, all the things they need to get the right guy. And now it's on A&M to answer it. They thought they had their guy with Beard yesterday, but I talked with Chris Beard yesterday, just briefly after the announcement came out, he was staying, and he's right where he wants to be. He loves being in Oxford. So we'll see what happens with the Aggies. It's a big hire in this league if you want to stay relevant in basketball, and Buzz made A&M relevant in basketball.
Yeah, speaking of Ole Miss, Andy Kennedy's been at UAB for a minute now. I've seen his name mentioned at A&M. I have no idea what direction they'll go. Any thoughts on who might end up there?
I don't. I mean, I thought about Andy yesterday because he just continues to win. UAB is not an easy job, and with the NIL money that's just completely out of control with college sports right now, those guys that are strapped with not as much NIL to work with, it's a constant battle. It's a constant battle. They're a feeder program for those bigger conferences and bigger schools. That's what Andy's dealing with right now. I mean, his guy Yaxel Lindenborg, who's a heck of a player. He might be the most coveted guy in the portal right now. Comes out of UAB because he's going to command $2.5–3 million, that money that UAB just doesn't have. So those coaches, like everybody else, are like, man, I'm in this thing to win and win the best I can. So the NIL thing's out of control, and that's not breaking news either. But I think we're at the point where those players need to be under contracts. Those contracts need to be public knowledge, just like every other athlete out there that's being paid, just like every coach is being paid. They shouldn't be operating in secrecy. Agents shouldn't be driving up prices that aren't real. And I think, there's got to be some type of standard slapped on that NIL situation right now. And I had a tweet about it last night and heard from a ton of coaches right off the bat, keep preaching it, because we're at a spot right now that it's not sustainable. And if we don't get a hold of it, I'm not sure where it's going to end in terms of how we view college athletics right now, Bo.
Yeah, no, it's a great point, and we could do an hour on that, and it is a really interesting time, and for the good of the game, for the good of for everybody. It's you could even use the word unhealthy situation because we're in over our heads in terms of how you implement everything. Jimmy, we're out of time. Awesome to visit with you as always. Thanks for making time for us, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Okay, guys. Have a good day.
Jimmy Dykes, great friend of the show, ESPN college basketball analyst. We got to hit a break. Back in a minute on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I don't like getting up early in the mornings. I mean, even to go duck hunting, but I do get up every morning now to listen to you guys.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
If you're having issues with your gutters or drainage around the house, you need to call Hog Trough Gutters. They're locally owned and operated with over 30 years of experience. Seamless gutters made on site, trenching and French drains. Plus, they're fully licensed and insured, and every job comes with a 20-year guarantee. Hog Trough Gutters services all of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Log on to their website, hoggutters.com, to find out more. That's hog, Gutters.com.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit GoPaschal.com today to schedule your service. Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric. Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
I'm Dr. Scotty Bolding, a native Arkansan oral and maxillofacial surgeon. One of my goals is to make Arkansans healthier.
If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better.
Hey, give us a call, 479-755-3000, or log on to our website, precedent.com, PRECIDENT. We'd love to help.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling & Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
So I spent yesterday, you mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
Since 1992, the Inn at the Mill has welcomed guests to experience the most unique place to stay when visiting Northwest Arkansas. Centrally located at the Johnson exit off I-49, the Inn at the Mill has established a rich tradition of comfort, convenience, and value. Whether it's the big game, business travel, a trip to Crystal Bridges, or a weekend getaway that brings you to Northwest Arkansas, the Inn at the Mill has a spacious room with ample space to spread out. And when I'm there on business, I appreciate the fast, free internet to keep me connected to work and the laid-back European-style breakfast to start the day. Experience unique and different at the Inn at the Mill, just off I-49 at the Johnson exit. Call 479-443-1800 to make your reservation. That's 479-443-1800 or visit innatthemill.com. The Inn at the Mill, where the past meets the present.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I've always been the underdog. I was raised as the underdog, us against everybody.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
A lot of weather, a lot of rain, and a lot of wind. And you may find yourself with some drainage issues, some gutter issues, and let me recommend Hog Trough Gutters to call. Log on to their website, hoggutters.com. There's a phone number there. You can text a picture if you'd like of what you're dealing with. They'll get back to you with information, whether they can help you, whether there's some pricing involved, or just advice on what to do. Locally owned and operated, Hog Trough Gutters, for 30 years. They do it all. 20-year warranty comes with all their services. They're in Northwest Arkansas in the River Valley. Don't wait. Get in there today. Hoggutters.com if you have a drainage issue. Hoggutters.com.
I know this, A&M, if they're not careful, they're going to be down in the gutter trying to find a basketball
That's not
coach.
a French drain that'll help them.
If I was A&M, I would at least talk to Bill Self. Because I think Bill Self, and I've wondered this for the last 6 weeks, is he ready to pull a Calipari? He's not ready to finish coaching, but is Kansas ready to move on?
How long has he been there? Do you know, Bart? Can you look that up real quick?
A long time.
I thought Texas might be.
I thought Texas would be the perfect spot for him, but Del Conte had the relationship with Miller, and that's who he wanted to hire. But I'm not convinced Bill Self's going to retire at Kansas.
He's been at Kansas since 03.
All right. So we're talking a long, long time.
23 years.
Yeah. I've just wondered in the back of my mind, are some of these older guys going to look at what Cal's done? I mean, he's had a rebirth. I don't think Self's done with the game, but I just wonder what's going to happen at Kansas. And I'm not sure Trev Alberts can hire coaches, and that's the most important thing for an AD. They downgraded in baseball for sure. They may have downgraded. The jury's still out on Elko. He needs to make a good hire.
Boy, in this league, you don't have a choice anymore. Chuck and Bo Show back tomorrow. Stay safe out there with this weather today.
We care a lot about supporting Arkansas businesses here on the Chuck and Bo Show, and we both like keeping our rides looking good. Splash Car Wash just became our new neighbors here in Fayetteville. They're a locally owned Arkansas business